Welcome. The show you're about to listen to is part of the Hopped Up Network's growing family of craft beer podcasts in the U.S. and Canada. Find this show and others like it at hoppedupnetwork.com, the spot for informative and entertaining craft beer podcasts.
I got this. Okay. I got it. Okay.
I got some beers. Let's drink them, huh?
If you really want some film at 11, why don't you follow me down to the brewery? I'll tie a bowling ball to my ankle, dive in the vat of beer. I'll leave this world the same way I entered my marriage, dead drunk!
Hello?
Want a beer?
Hook it up!
Hey, hook me up!
Yo, Herb, take it from the top. 1, 2.
Beer?
This is how we do it.
My mic sound nice, check 1. My mic sound nice, check 2. My mic sound nice, check 3.
Are you ready? That's cute. I remember when I had my first beer.
You like parties? Yeah. We can invite all our friends and have soda and pie. Yeah! I hope no bad people show up.
My mic sounds nice, check 1. My mic sounds nice, check 2. My mic sounds nice, check 3. My mic sounds nice, check 4. My mic sounds nice, check 5. My mic sounds nice, check 6.
Are you ready?
You want some of this milk?
Rather have a beer.
What do you guys give me if I kill that bird? Barbara, that's a bald eagle. Get away, Baldy! Yeah! It's the Word with Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. Ugh. Busy day here trying to get the studio up and going, which I did not appreciate. But yet, we're here. The board's working. The webcam is up. We got the Steve Cam on tonight. Hold on, I got to put you on for a second. Oh, sticky board. Go ahead. Hi.
Steve Cam all the
Steve
time.
Cam is here. Wow. I got to get, like, all these mice out of here that are just ridiculous.
It's almost as exciting as Cam Girls.
Almost. There's the Steve Cam for all those who are watching on Facebook, YouTube, and GovsRadio.com tonight. We expect the phones to be ringing off the hook, which might be good that Dave from Eastern hasn't shown up yet, so we might be able to field some phone calls, which we are giving away 2 tickets to AC.
Doug.
What did I say?
Dave.
Did I say Dave? Sorry.
That's why he's not here.
My name's Doug, and I'm out of here. Anyone remember?
I'm out of here.
So that phone's gonna be ringing off the hook, as I think it might. If it does not, then no big deal. All right, we'll figure it out. But we do have guests that are here, and they are in studio with us. I'll get off the Steve Cam so you can see something a little better looking. Sorry, Steve. Goodbye, Steve.
Thanks.
Goodbye, Steve.
No,
not you.
Mike.
Not you. Shelia and Michelle here. We're going to talk to them. Christ. All right, so let's get through some quick sponsors here.
God, no.
Is the Word with Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. We are live here at Governor's Comedy Club. We are also broadcasting live on Facebook, on YouTube, and, of course, on our home station, GovsRadio.com. Go to GovsRadio.com and go hit watch now and watch us all night and give us a call throughout the night, 516-465-3990. We will be doing some New Jersey brewery trivia in order to award somebody 2 tickets to the AC Beer Fest April 3rd. Joining us, myself, Pete, Steve, and guess who's here?
Not Dave.
Is this Doug?
Doug
is
from
here.
Hey.
Hi, Doug.
We literally just started.
Dougie
so
Fresh.
No worries. I've been sitting out front. Oh, you were out there? I was doing the Instagram. I know you said you weren't very Instagram savvy, so
Go sit, Dougie.
Yeah, this is your seat. Well, welcome. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right.
So Doug will be right back, and we'll finish up our sponsors, and by the time we're ready to go. Sweet. So, yes, we are sponsored by Tavour. Go to Tavour for your beer at your doorstep. In the promo code, type in WORT, W-O-R-T, for the percentage off for some nonsense. Shirts on tap. Of course, we are sponsored by Brewers Hardware, which is the one I forgot 2 weeks ago.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that was my fault. So Brewers Hardware and a lot of the other contracts have expired, and we are today promoting Drink Aid, which could be potentially a new sponsor. We saw all the Instagram ladies out there promoting it, and I felt like, hey, here's non-ladies. Well, ladies, but us non-ladies. We could make some.
I was going to say, do I have to
you and I can
appear
make
in a thong?
cleavage happen. We could do that.
I could definitely make with my diet lately.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I
Okay.
definitely could.
So we're going to be at one point.
feeding the 5-week-old?
Yeah,
He's been.
I'm nursing.
Breastfeeding. Nursing. That's a better
You've
way
been
of saying it. A little more
Because
sensitive.
you got a
ways.
little wetness over there. I don't know if you're lactating
He's lactating.
or it's sweat.
Just flop
or
sweat.
just sweat.
He already drank the beer and spilled it already. So we'll be promoting this a little bit tonight, and somebody or anybody might be able to help me drink one and give us some information back about how it is, because we're going to be drinking all night. So we have the initial, I think it's prevention. And then tomorrow, whoever drinks
Prevention
it tonight, we'll
and
get
recovery,
We'll get
or
the recovery
recovery.
one as well, and we just want to hear back on how this was, and they want to hear feedback, and then we can move forward from there. And then we're also exploring some ventures with vintage beer T-shirts and a couple other people who
Are
I
you gonna
talked
be all
to.
Schlitz t-shirts?
No, yeah, that'd be good. I like a good Schlitz shirt.
Good schlitz.
Get a good
6 Schlitzes.
So again, we're giving away 2 tickets to the AC Beer Fest, 516-465-3990, and we have our first phone call. Who is this?
DJ D-Love.
Of D-Love. How are you, buddy?
Of course it is, Dennis. How are you?
We got to start the show off with you, buddy. How's it going?
Not bad. And what's the tickets? What you got to do for the tickets?
So
I'm ready.
you're gonna
You got to be calling number 5.
wait. First of all, D,
And answer the
are you going to be
trivia
able
question.
to get a transportation down to Atlantic City, New Jersey?
No, I can. Yes, maybe I could do it. Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine. That's the first question, because I know you don't drive, so I want to make sure that you can get down there.
Yes, I could. I can ask my cousin to drive me down there anytime, any day.
All right, Pete, get his information really quick, not on the air, but just who is he, what is he doing, and see if he can promote his show coming up in August.
D-Love, tell us about the show. Who's
Yeah,
the first
Love and
guest?
special sauce.
I have some people come on my show. Named Danielle. She's coming on my show. It's gonna be a great show. It's called D-Love Special.
D-Love what show?
Special.
Gun show?
No, D-Love Special Show.
D-Love special show.
D-Love.
Yeah.
That sounds so exciting. What are the topics for the first show, Dennis?
No, actually, that's not my name no more. My name is DJ D-Love now.
Oh, pardon me, DJ D-Love.
Yeah, it's okay.
So,
Well, the show I'm about to do is about my business.
you there?
D,
Yeah.
are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go, D. I got our questions here, and here's the deal. You have to get 3 of these correct, and here's what you're going to do. You're actually going to help the people that are listening right now, because then they could actually very quickly Google search and get the answers before they actually start. So here's the deal. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. I'm not going to give you a long time to answer it, so you don't sit there and look it up on the internet or anything like that. I want you to try to answer as fast as you can, and I'm going to throw you a very big, high-arcing softball question to start. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, what is the name of the liquid extracted from the mashing process during the brewing of beer?
It has to be the grapes.
The grapes?
Yep.
Okay, question
All right.
1, incorrect. You're going to have to, I'm not going to give you the answers. We're not giving answers out. They have to get them right, and I'll tell you yes or no. All right? I'll give you question number 2, even though you now did not win the tickets, because you have to get all 3 right. Okay? Here we go.
Yep.
A bill was just passed in New Jersey allowing these into breweries, provided that the brewery owner allows it.
I don't know that one. That's a question. That's a hard one.
It
is a hard one.
Yeah. And here's the last one, and for people that are listening can start to get a head start on some of these, though I have more than just 3. D, you got to give me just a throw-out answer here. Currently, how many craft breweries are here in New Jersey? Not
There
here,
is
not
about-
here. There in New Jersey. We're not in New Jersey.
There's about 5 in New Jersey.
Yes, correct. You're 5. Sorry. D, we appreciate you playing the game. And last plugs before we go.
One more plug before we go.
Go.
Yes, I want to give you guys a little. I'm going to sing a little song for you guys.
I don't know if we have time for a song, but when does the show start?
Wait, give me your, because this will be quick. 15 seconds, American Idol style, go.
Yo, I'm gonna do a rap song for you guys. Yo, my name is D Love, and I'm the place to be. Yo, I'm on Gov's Radio. My name is Mike and Pete on Gov's Radio. Man, I'm from the Brewers. Man, I'm gonna play that. Man, I'm on D Love show. Let's go, homie. Yeah, my name is D Love and Pete show. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, boys. Don't play with me. I'll bother you anytime, any day. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, all right.
We're with Mike at PeteGovsRadio.com. You heard it first. D Love's coming in hot.
That was hot.
That's right. They're coming to get you now, D. D, run. D, run. If you're going to whip out that rap stuff, you got to go. Yap, 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 yap. All right. D, we'll see you later, buddy.
Oh, let me.
Oh.
Yeah, D's got him.
Oh.
I think the cops got him. That'd be it's a shame. D's got to tone down the rap, and I think that he'll do just fine. And just for the people watching on Instagram, not Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and of course on our home site, govsradio.com, our buddy Doug from Eastern Front Brewing Company just showed up. Say hi, Doug.
How are you?
Oh, I should have your mic on. And
that might help you, Doug.
No, well, that's my fault. What's going on, man?
How are you?
Thanks a lot for coming out.
Good evening.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for making the drive.
Yeah, I know you're out there in the midst of the coronavirus as we all walked in here and licked doorknobs on the way in, just so you know.
How is the zombie apocalypse on the East
End?
I am well prepared.
All right. Plenty of beer, plenty of meat. That's all I would need. Beer and meat. I'll survive on the 8 pounds I gained since last October. So thanks a lot for coming in. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for inviting me.
I'm excited to talk to you because I've been out to you, and we had a really great tie-in tonight because one of your
pull that up just a little bit closer to you.
Yeah, you can adjust it this way. Just move it up on the stand. No, like this. Look, just move it up. Yeah, look, it'll stay. It's kind of counterbalanced. It's kind of weird.
There we go.
There you got a good voice.
Better.
He does.
Damn.
Everybody says that I have
A radio voice, yeah.
Yes. Well, we might hire you here at GhostRadio.com and give us an afternoon show. But yes, so you had one of your staff members take part in the Lady Brewsters
Not
brewing
just
process.
a staff member, but
that is my girlfriend.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
See, I know Michelle from being out of Norfolk and talking to her online, and I know Sheila from the boys out in Long Island. But I was unfamiliar with a lot of the other women as part of this. But what I did see is that the video that was on our local news channel, News 12, and did the spotlight on the organization, it was all shot at Eastern Front.
Yes, it was.
I was there over the summer, and I was like, oh, that's Eastern Front. He's coming on. This is awesome. Perfect little tie-in. I didn't plan it. I promise I didn't plan it.
We're not that good.
What?
We're not that good.
No, we're not. We're really not that good. Don't think that was us trying. And it was kind of last minute that I invited you guys in, so I really appreciate it. And I want to quickly start with you guys because there's just a lot to tie in then to what Doug is doing and everything out there. So give us the rundown. I'm probably going to end up trying to play the clip on here or up there a little later, just so people can see the news report because they're more, journalistic than I am. But I watched it, I read up about it. So give us the lowdown on the organization, the Lady Brewsters here on Long Island, and what you guys have done and what you guys are doing now.
So several of us women from 7 of the East End breweries have come together and collaborated. We brewed a beer called Lunar Ascent. It's an IPA with hibiscus and ginger, which I brought today. And
drink the shit out of that. I was excited you was going. Like I want to try it. And I couldn't find it like super locally, and I couldn't make the whole trek out there during the weekend. I was afraid it was going to go.
Yeah, we brewed 10 barrels so that every single brewery would have enough to serve.
Okay.
$1 from every pint sale from each participating brewery is going towards Family Service League and all of their programs. We're designating it towards any of their programs that help women in need, but the specific nonprofit does help children, families in need, senior citizens.
Perfect.
They have such a variety of programs.
Cool. Very cool.
So you guys all got together. How did you guys get the 7 ladies together? What was the process of kind of bringing you all in one place to do this?
I wrote emails to a bunch of the women that I knew and then some of them that I didn't know. Actually, Christina, I had met for the first time in December when I asked her to be involved.
Nice.
So you guys have been planning this for a few months then?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry, I was just going through and sharing to all our sites.
Roughly the first contact? Or?
Yeah, I want to say the second week of December is when I started outreach.
Right.
And obviously trying to time it for March for Women's History Month, right?
Yes, exactly.
National Women's Month.
International Women's Month. And we just had International Women's Day
yesterday.
And when I said it, a girl in my classroom, a teacher, she goes, "Yeah, it was a 23-hour day." I go, "I know, I'm sorry.
We got
Still a
robbed
man's world."
again.
I got it. It's always something. And I have 18 different districts in my classroom, so whenever I mention Black history, it all comes up. Oh, you get the shortest one.
They got an extra day this year?
They did. They got an extra day this year. And then they cut Women's Month short, Women's Day short. So
somebody had to lose. Somebody.
Well, you don't want to give me. I don't want to give you the answer to that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no. Well, I'll stay away from that for now.
Probably.
No, it was actually very, very sensitive. So you guys, how long did it take to brew this beer? Can you give us a little rundown on, the style and obviously you said IPA, but kind of what you guys added to this to change it all up?
Mm-hmm. So the brew day was February 10th. We added the ginger into the boil towards the end of the boil, and then we steeped the hibiscus leaves and ginger root. Well, hibiscus leaves, not the actual tea, but just the petals themselves.
But I mean, you put them in a bag and you steep. Yeah, same. Same process.
So the color that you get, which is almost like a salmony pink color, is from the hibiscus leaves.
Yeah.
And those were actually acquired from North Shore Tea Company. So if you guys are familiar with Dan O'Leary, he used to be the head brewer at Port Jeff.
Yes.
He's now in Pennsylvania working for a different brewery, but it's still
Iron
his.
Hill.
Yes.
Which one?
Iron Hill.
Oh, Iron Hill. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, him and his wife.
I don't
want to
say moving up, but
company.
that's a
Yeah.
little bit of a- that's a little
They
move.
have several locations in
Oh, yeah.
Pennsylvania, and they're phenomenal.
They have one. If you go into any of their brew pubs, you will see the list. And I'm not saying 1 or 2 awards from GABF or World Beer Cup. They have at least 50 awards throughout the Iron Hills. So they really produce some top-notch beer.
That's a
for him to go there, you said, "Oh, step up." I mean,
you're nothing
no
against
disrespect to Port Jeff. but yes,
brewery.
he's going to. He went to a facility that
Mike.
is. Yeah, hey, Mike, and it's his birthday. It's Mike's birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, buddy. He's not listening. He's
No.
probably up in Vermont skiing if I know him. Guy. So I mean, that's you guys brewed at North Fork, correct?
Yes, we did.
So you're very familiar with the system. So coming in there,
I wouldn't say very familiar. I have shadowed brew days. I've helped a few days.
I've seen you in some of the pictures around the brewing process. I saw Ian
and Peter
was there.
are certainly the experts. Yep, Peter was there too.
Yeah.
On that brew day. So it was really fun. Everyone got to play a hand in doing something, whether it was weighing the grain or putting in the hops. Just
Now, there were more ingredients to this, weren't there?
There were.
Because
a
I
few.
want you. There's more than that. I actually read about.
Did you have it?
The
No, I haven't had
moonstone and the obsidian.
moonstone.
Okay, so
I want to know about the rocks.
Yes,
Right.
So the
Tell me
rocks.
about the rocks.
Everybody
rocked
wants to know
it.
about the rocks.
There's rocks?
Yes.
Okay.
Originally, we were thinking moon dust. That's what we
Okay.
had thrown out there before.
Now, what
we
is that? An
researched
edible
that.
ingredient?
No, not
Moon
at all.
dust is incredibly toxic.
You ever heard?
Where would one
you
even
ever heard
go
that
about
saying,
getting
suck rocks?
moon
Well,
dust?
no,
Yeah,
it's
It's
not
on the
it.
market. Listen, you can find anything out there.
That's true.
But we
So
didn't wanna
these were
poison
supposed
people.
to add like an elemental feel.
It's
to
really
the,
a conceptual idea
Okay.
with the crystals. We can't specifically say they provide any healing.
Right.
I think otherwise the TTB will kill us.
Oh. No.
But
Don't want part
what
of
the whole idea was conceptual, that ingredients going into this beer were going towards a good cause.
Okay.
So a healing cause. It's a charity beer. So we put hibiscus in there, ginger, moonstone, and obsidian, which are said to shield negativity, provide positivity.
Pete needs a necklace
Things like
Black
that.
Panther of just those stones.
You might want to bathe in this beer.
I know, right? We might just ship you out your own supply for a little while.
We'll see how this goes. I'm interested. This is going well so far.
This is market research for us. Drink it. Let us know tomorrow if you're in a better mood.
Well, it might be a little bit of the drink aid too. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
Maybe Maybe they should start using the obsidianary stones. And what is it? Say it again?
Obsidian.
Obsidian, not
Now,
obsidiary.
when were the stones put in the boil?
Into the boil. Well, not the stones were not put into the boil.
They were rubbed on the side of the fermenter?
Yes.
Nice.
Oh,
man, I could have had it.
So there is a process called crystal charging where you can infuse water by just putting the stones near the water. So there was a bottle that I had put the moonstone and the black obsidian in during the full moon the night before and put it outside, which some people will say will help charge. And, you know, those properties come out of the stones into the water. So the water was added into the boil.
Okay.
Okay.
It was very ritualistic.
Sounds that way.
Yeah.
There were a lot of drums being played on the side,
Yes.
chanting.
Can't wait to.
There was a lot of love in
I
that room.
wish I saw the video. It probably was awesome.
Make those ceremonies so much better.
Yes.
I don't know why they cut that from News 12. but-
Really? The peyote they had along with it. You know, it's a good time.
Who's the host that came out and did the piece on it? He's a big
Dougie.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's everywhere, that guy.
Yeah,
he really is.
He's such a great guy. We love him.
He did some really good information, gave out a lot of the information about what's going to go on. So you guys also had planned out a bunch of events to kind of go around this, like mental health, and other and obviously physical stuff. Give us a little bit of what's coming up. I know I saw that list on the thing of stuff. Oh, you have it with you. Look at that. Beautiful. Well, go over it. You could talk to us about that and what's going on at the various breweries and what kind of stuff you have planned for it.
Well, Long Ireland, we actually have a self-defense course coming up.
Cool.
It starts this Thursday with this really awesome school called Shinjitsu Self-Defense.
Okay.
So they're going to come to the brewery and set up with their instructors and teach the people just basic techniques and more situational awareness. So this way, when you're in sketchy areas that
Like the
have
studio.
hidden back
Right.
doors,
Like the studio.
unpaved walkways, you feel a little bit more comfortable and aware.
Walkways pitched so the water comes into the place.
Needles.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
That's why I'm saying if we had done this last week, I would have been totally prepared for it. But yeah, so we're excited for that, and we're hoping that people come out and have fun. And we're going to be doing that the entire month.
Cool.
Every
Awesome.
Thursday.
Every Thursday.
Yeah, you learn some new skills.
And is it
each week.
a different class each Thursday?
Yeah,
Or?
so if you miss one, that's totally fine. You can come and learn something new the next time, or just build upon your skills if you take the whole workshop. So, I'm a little bit more of a physical and aggressive person. So I wanted to do something to reflect that.
So to beat some ass.
And I left the really cool other stuff for them. Like there's been yoga, and they did a really cool photo shoot the other day.
Yeah, we had a photo shoot fundraiser at North Fork on Saturday. So we were inviting people to come with their loved ones, whether it's their families or their significant other or their kids, to take photos. And we had a bunch of interior designers and event planners set up the backdrop. So that was really neat. And then Eastern Front had an art exhibit on Friday night.
Which I do want to talk to you about, because one of the things that I've never seen is walking into a brewery and seeing an art gallery. That you're an art gallery that has a brewery in it, because you had some really nice stuff on the walls that day. So I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, every month my girlfriend brings in a different artist, local, and they get the chance to put their stuff up there and for people to see and buy if they so choose to.
Very cool. That's awesome. I think that's a great idea, because that's the one thing. Like, I kept the kids down on the first floor,
Away from the
expensive paintings, and then I walked up, and it was nice to have a beer and just walk around and appreciate good local artists. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, it is working out very nice, and a lot of people are really enjoying showing up for it. I mean, the artists from the previous months are starting to show up, to support it as well.
Good, yes.
So
and I'm sure they're getting exposure, and it's also helping the brewery people come in and enjoy themselves as well. I think it's a great little concept. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, they are, and they do it. She did a really good job figuring that out.
Yeah.
I can't take any credit for that.
They had 20 artists there on Friday night.
Wow.
It was incredible.
That's awesome.
Absolutely incredible.
I didn't think there were that many, that outstanding to have stuff to show that are from the area. I'm sure people travel a little bit, but there's a lot
there.
Yeah.
The whole North Fork is covered with some really talented people in a lot of different mediums too. Everything from painting, photography.
I've seen some sculptures. So if you drive out on Sound Avenue, sometimes just some random house will have a beautiful, metal sculpture out, someone, welded together, and things like that. But I didn't realize, such I know like the Hamptons have a strong art community kind of thing, but I didn't realize up there it does as well. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
the towns reflect that a little bit now you say that, I feel like, yeah.
There's a collective called the NoFo Art Collective, and they're based on the North Fork, I think predominantly in Greenport, but I know some of the artists were there on Friday night too.
Nice. And it definitely helps that North Fork Donut Company is across the street from you. That's fantastic.
That doesn't hurt.
No,
it does not hurt.
Landmark.
It is a
donuts.
Oh my God. I sat out on the porch that day, and it was a warmer day, and we were just doing a little tour, a little drive with the family. Sat on the porch in your nice Adirondack chairs, and I just looked across and went, donuts. That's a great idea. Walked over, got some donuts, and enjoyed that as well. A great setup. It's a perfect little spot. I want to really break that down with you, though. And I don't want to go too far with it because there's so much I want to talk about, but I want to just make sure I mention this before we start drinking a lot more, and then we forget everything.
Well,
and that's
speaking of drinking.
All right, who do we got?
Oh, Doug didn't have anything.
Do you want to open Lunar?
Yeah.
And then we can talk about it now because I know you had.
Here we go.
Already broke down the beer a little bit, so now this is a moment where we get to the payoff, I guess, of what we had. Yes, thank you.
Ladies first.
Yes.
Okay, well,
I'm still.
I'm ready.
Me, this is Steve. Let's say 9 o'clock for James if he wants. That's fine. We'll be out of our first break and into the second section. So we're expecting to take a lot more phone calls coming up as people start getting back from work. And as I mentioned, we're giving away 2 tickets to AC Beer Fest, 516-465-3990, 516-513-0515. You just have to answer a few questions about breweries and beer history in New Jersey, and you will win. And I will give the beer narrator a little bit of credit on this because he does an awesome show at 9:30 on Monday nights that does not directly conflict with us because he has a nice core group of people that participate. But he asks questions about beer and beer history all across the country. I'm really narrowing this down to just New Jersey. So hopefully when people call in, they'll have some answers. And we already heard 3 of the 7 questions or 8 questions that I wrote. So you can always start writing down some answers as we get through this throughout the night.
But that keg lasted about an hour at Diggers.
Yes, we had our
Bar
release
launch
party on Wednesday, and the keg kicked in about an hour and a half, which was awesome.
Half barrel keg?
No, yes, a half barrel keg. Sorry, yeah.
Now, what's the percentage on it?
6.1.
6.1. All right, good. So very drinkable.
Yes.
Not going to get you too lit up, but tasty. Got a good amount of bitterness in there.
Yeah.
Which I like.
So the bittering hops that we used, one of the batches was Nugget, so that is from North Fork Brewing's Hop Yard.
Cool.
Yeah, so that was cool to say local North Fork hops were going into it.
Now you know a lot about the farm and everything that's there as well and what they're using. Are they in the months like now? Do they stockpile from their harvest months? How are they preserving that? I don't think we ever went into that with Ian and Pete about.
We do pelletize our hops.
You do, so
yes.
then you can cryo freeze and store for a long period of time.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense. Then that was my question.
And there you got it answered.
I'm spent
from an expert.
I'm spent. Yeah, show's over. All right, this is where I'm like pick up. No, just kidding. Yeah, I mean I always think because we're not California or we're not Washington where you can have that year-round relatively close temperatures. You can't grow hops during this time. So how do people store it? They must grow enough then to have it over for the supply.
Usually the harvest time is August.
Okay.
In the United States.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's usually put in an oast to dry them out.
So it's across the board, even though the temperature it could be different.
Across the United States, harvest is usually August.
Everywhere.
Yeah, ours is the first week of September. So yeah.
So what? Can you give me an answer of why they wouldn't just continue then growing in the next cycle, or is it a 1-year plant? Is that how that's supposed to be?
Usually you do not get a big harvest first year. It's usually second and third year.
Right. Kind of like grapes. Yeah, if you think of it that way, yeah.
But after a certain point, they stop growing.
The plants.
And they'll start to wilt.
They stop coning, or they just start.
You'll lose
no matter what.
Yeah, you'll lose those oils, those essential oils in it.
65, 70 degrees constant temperature, doesn't matter.
Rip that out and replant and wait for another.
And what they do is they just cut them down, and those rhizomes
resprout.
They'll just resprout.
Kind of like grapes almost. You can trim them down, and the next year they'll.
Now, Australia and New Zealand
have an opposite growth cycle.
They do it in spring.
Right.
It's usually March into April is when they harvest, and then same thing. And the craziest thing.
So if you look at brew cycles, I guess if you're waiting for a big time for New Zealand hop beers, it's going to be in the spring, summer.
With
summer.
Fresh hops.
By the time it comes
hops.
over, yeah.
Because they now Ryan from 27 hops out in
Route 27 Hop Yard.
No, Route 27 Hop
Route
Yard.
27 Hop Yard.
Which is also now Route 27 Hemp Yard.
The videos they post though are so cool, where they show like the harvesting, drying process, and everything.
I didn't know this, but they harvest the hops in New Zealand, Australia, and then they take a month off. Like
the whole business
everybody goes on vacation, and they just leave them all laying in warehouses. It's like, what?
Must be nice.
Yeah, really
And
nice.
then once they do that, then they process it.
I'm sure the month leading up to that is quite a bit of
Crazy.
work.
Well, that's what
Oh,
it
you mean
is.
it's on a 9 to 5-er?
That's what
Punching
it
in and
is.
punching out?
They're just constant for days on end, 24 hours, just
right.
And then they give all their employees off.
Wow.
I was just like, that's the craziest thing. But again, those hops are, those are the new sexy hops coming from there.
So that particular hop that they are growing has a fair amount of bitterness in it. So you're getting that.
So we grow all bittering hops.
Okay.
Just because there are hops that are trademarked, a lot of the aroma floral. Yeah. What?
Galaxy.
Yeah.
Well, yes, all the big ones, Citra,
Yeah.
Amarillo,
Mosaic, Chinook.
Those growers were very smart and they trademarked them.
Yeah.
So you could never, you could get their eyes on, but you could never call it that.
Exactly.
Right.
So if people are looking for Citra hops, but you've now named it something else, no one's gonna know.
Yeah.
Could you spell with an S?
Citra.
Multiple S's.
So that's
Call it Apache
the
instead of
bittering
Chinook.
hop, and that comes in at what point during the process? Did you?
Oh, that was in the beginning.
it's
So
during-
we used Nugget and Magnum, and then dry hopped with Citra, Equinaut, and Mandarina Bavaria.
Okay. So
So
it
you
is a
get-
good fair amount of like a nice array of different types and different flavoring.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And so again with the Stones, I want to go back to this really quick because I don't think we
They're
kind
going
of
on tour, right? Oh, wait,
yeah,
you're
no,
talking about something else.
I thought they were dead.
brown sugar.
No,
Close.
Really?
never. They're zombies.
Yes, they
That I
were
believe. That
forever
makes sense.
preserved. So here's the deal. My thought process is if you're going to take these stones, right? Are you adding them to any of the mixture? You're putting them near them? Did we get into that? If you're putting in,
They're going
No.
near.
They're
You're
going
going near.
near.
Okay.
So they're essentially charging up they charged up some of the water that went into the boil.
Okay.
So there were no stones that went into the actual boil because some crystals can be toxic, so you don't want that going in there.
Okay. And well, I thought maybe if you did I was going to ask if there were a washing process, sterilization process before, and then maybe you added them
Well,
in.
there's some of them that can actually break down
Oh,
in
that would be
high
bad.
temperatures, which would be really bad.
you do not want that.
Not at all.
This one tastes a little gritty. So is this caller. That's what I was going to go with, but it was a bad transition. This is where Mike at PeakUpsRadio.com. Who do we got on the phone?
This is Patrick from Long Island.
Pat from Long Island. How are you, sir? I caught you off guard taking the
doing
live
great.
to the air.
Sweet, that's cool.
Pat, are you calling in to say hi? Or are you calling in for tickets to the New Jersey AC Beer Fest?
Both.
Okay.
Well, hi.
Well, hi.
How are you?
And now that we have that out of the way, do you know any of the?
I'm doing good. Just
awesome.
drinking some beer.
Nice.
What are you drinking?
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Spider Bite right now.
Oh,
There you
nice.
go. Which one?
Yeah, the Boris.
Boris the
Boris.
Spider.
Classic.
Yeah.
It's I
one of my
want to say
favorites.
it's an oldie but a goodie because they brew that a lot, but it is definitely a
goodie.
Well, it's
staple.
one of my favorite breweries, anyways, too.
Are
That
you
and,
you from Eastern Long Island or are you from?
Yeah, Eastern.
Eastern Long Island. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why you're out in Holbrook area. Why is this doing this? Go away. So Pat, you ready to play the game really quick?
Sure.
Did you
go
hear
for it.
the questions from before?
No, I did not.
You could have looked them up ahead of time. All right, Pat. I'm gonna start by throwing you a nice.
Makes it fair.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you the first two, or even the first one. We'll say we'll start there. A nice lob, a nice high arcing lob that you can swing away at. You ready?
Excuse me, what?
Are you ready for the first question?
Are you ready for the first question?
He's had about 4 or 5 Borises. That's what's going on here.
He's like, wait, yeah, I'm sorry.
spider bites.
Yes, I'm not going to literally throw anything at you. All right, here we go. Here's the first
I'm a
question.
Marine veteran, so if you lob something at me, something else was going after you.
Oh, boy, yes, no. All right, here's the first one.
Sure.
This is the liquid extracted from the mashing process during the brewing of beer. I'll say it one more time for you. This is the liquid extracted from the mashing process during the brewing of beer.
Oh, yeast?
No, I am sorry. That's Steve with the...
We have one.
That wasn't it. Do we have a buzzer there?
I
I thought we did at one point. I got to find it again. No, we'll do the crash. That's much easier. There you go.
Oh, boom.
Oh, Pat. Sorry, Pat.
I was a combat engineer in the Marine Corps, so.
Well, I appreciate your service. When did you get out?
2010.
Okay, so relatively new. What are you doing now?
I'm medically disabled.
Okay, so you were drinking beer. Great, perfect. Exactly what we want to hear. Perfect.
Drinking beer and watching Harry Potter.
Nice.
And listening to the Wort with Mike and Pete. I appreciate you calling in. Nice try. If you want to try back again later, you can listen to some more of the questions as people call in. Maybe look them up, and then if you get 3 right in a row, you shall win the tickets.
All right, sounds good. You know,
right.
I'm going to call my girlfriend because she knows all about that crap.
There you go. Have her call in.
Girl power.
The people that won last year actually had
girl
their
power,
their
that's
friends
right.
call in and try to get them right. So this is perfect.
Yesterday was like women's
Yes.
International Women's Day.
Yes.
Very good. There we go.
All right,
Thanks for
Pat.
calling in, Pat.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, take care.
Light up. I got it. I can turn it off on the board and then you can do it. Let me do that first just so we don't cut them off in the mid-sentence.
Again.
So like I said, there's a whole bunch of these places, and I don't think that's where I was, but I just had it in my mind. So out east, you have, hop yards now. You have, some, wow, it's his girlfriend right away calling in.
She was right next
She's
to
like,
him.
I'm right there. All right, I'm here.
I know about this crap.
Yeah. That's the word, Mike at PeteGovsRadio.com. You're on the phone. Who's this?
Hello, I'm calling in to try to win tickets to the AC Beer Festival, please.
Unfortunately, Graz, you are a part of the station, and you are ineligible.
Why is that? That's not fair!
It's every radio station has that disclaimer. Any members of the station, including family and friends, cannot win tickets to or any sort of things on a radio show.
First of all, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Pete, are you there?
Hi, Graz.
Is Kaminsky there?
Hey, Graz.
It's Pominski.
Kaminsky's not here.
Zabinski.
Are the girls with stones there? Are the girls with stones there?
The girls,
Yes.
they are.
Exactly.
They brought healing stones for you, Graz.
Ooh,
Put you in a
yeah,
better mood.
He's the guy that needs them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
He's the angry man that needs it.
And the dead body's in the trunk of his limos, but
I don't know if stones can help with that.
We'll try. We'll try anything.
Try
at this point.
anything.
Stones could help me very well, dear. Your stones would help me a lot.
So, Graz,
How you doing, Graz?
What are you doing tonight? You driving around?
You know what, Michael? Here's my situation. I was going to call and make a statement to the work tonight in lieu of the treatment that you've been giving me lately, but I've decided not to this week.
Nice. I get 1
But
week reprieve.
I would like to know the questions.
Okay.
I would like to see if I can answer a question, and if I answer
right, I got
the
one.
question correctly, I can come in.
All right, so Pete's going to ask you a question. Go ahead, Pete.
A bill was just passed in New Jersey allowing these into breweries, provided that the brewery owner allows it.
You're a dick.
It's not a hard one.
it's
I
not.
think about
It's not prostitutes, Graz.
No, it's
not.
not.
Wait a minute. You gave the guy from Eastern Long Island that just called in the question,
Yes.
what's the extraction of the liquid
Yes.
that comes between? Can I have that question?
No.
Well, all right, wait. All right, so what's the answer to that question?
The word.
Okay, good.
All right.
So now the second question would have been, a bill was just passed in New Jersey allowing these into breweries provided that the brewery owner allows it.
I'll give you a hint. You have one.
He can't win the tickets.
I know, so it doesn't matter if you
Go
get
ahead,
fucking hints.
try it.
Legalize marijuana.
No.
That is something you have a lot of.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
You know it.
allegedly.
You know it. Allegedly.
Allegedly. I'll give you this one, too. This is another easy one. See if you can guess. Currently, how many craft breweries are there in New Jersey?
2.
Nope.
Good answer. Good
AC
answer.
Beer Fest will be filled with them, and there's no way there's only be 2 breweries at AC Beer Fest.
We've had more than 2 calling the show.
Calling the show. All right, buddy.
I get a second.
Are you coming in?
Michael, can I come in, please?
Yeah, of course you can. Don't be with the doors actually.
Can you, for love of God, not sound that
No,
fucking
you don't
pathetic?
Yeah.
Pete, you know what he says to me, Pete,
Yeah.
on a text? I go,
Tell me all about it.
Michael, what's the problem? Why don't you find me funny lately? He goes, you're very predictable.
That was the words because you come in guns blazing, and then it's a cool down, and then it's everyone gets along nice. And I said, you said, is it getting stale? I said, no, it's just predictable. Everyone knows your entrance and your theme. Not that I said to switch it up. I didn't tell you to not be you. I just said it was predictable. But that's us because we're here every day. Not everyone that's listening will feel that way.
Can I put the stones on my back while I'm lying on the table over there with Permitsky rubbing them
Well, we
on
don't
me?
have the stones with
We
us.
should have brought the stones with us. I had no idea.
I would have loved for you to brought the stones. I would have rubbed it all over Steve's back.
That would be very nice.
That's
Thank you,
a whole
guys.
nother
Thank you.
podcast radio show that we are not going to be hosting. So I appreciate it, buddy.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit, Graz.
I'll see you in a little bit.
Plenty of beer here
Thanks
for you.
Thanks for rushing me off the phone.
Yes, bye. All right. So we're Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get back with the ladies and, of course, Doug from Eastern Front and talk to him about the brewery and all the fun stuff. Graz will be joining us in a little bit, and we're going to take a quick break. Anything else before we go? All right, good, great. So we all have no...
Good, great.
We know you have to pee, Mike.
So we're Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. I got to pee. We'll be right back.
Govs Radio.
This is the Wort on Govs Radio. This is Govs Radio, and you're getting drunk with Mike and Pete on the Wort.
Hey, we're back. This is the Word with Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. Give us a call, 516-465-3990. We're giving away 2 tickets to AC Beer Fest. The tickets are for April 3rd. Starting at, I believe it's an 8 o'clock start for that session. So please make sure, number 1, you can get down to AC. Number 2, you can get in. You're 21 and over, obviously. I'm not going to send you tickets if you're not. And then, of course, make sure you can make it that Friday. I know it's a little bit of a rough trip for people that are working, but Steve and I heard you're going to be there, Sheila.
I will.
Are going to be going down Friday for the first session as well. So you can see us there. Pete's going to come on Saturday. His job is not going to let him, after taking some baby leave, not going to let him take even more days to get...
I will be gone for June.
Utterly hammered. But it's fine. Pete's going to come down for the 2 sessions Saturday. It's a great time. We're going to have a good time. And even though you missed Friday, you don't give a shit about Newfound Glory, did you?
No.
I
saw
do.
that. I saw that
I
thread
do a lot.
And I saw
And
like,
early
the Party,
November
I'm like,
to
oh God,
open.
really? I don't want to do this. And then I saw it was Friday. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I don't have to.
But now
be the
I'm
fucking
not
downer.
as much as I've seen Newfound Glory. I'm going to say probably a dozen times in my lifetime. Right? I'm a 1998 pop punk kid. You know, that's just what I am. Skating and doing dumb shit. So I've seen him a million times. I saw him at a local church. I don't know. I had parachute pants, like alien wear, or alien
That
pants.
is awesome.
Like, yeah, I was.
I'm asking your wife
I had
for
hair down to my
pictures.
shoulders.
Awesome.
I had bleached hair at one point. Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
Like
It was
Guy
a-
Fieri?
It was a good
I
time.
had
Like
the-
Guy Fieri.
I
Yes,
had that.
I
had
did.
that.
Really?
Yeah.
I had the friggin'
The
just
frosted
white-
tips?
Nice.
Just
Frosted
That
tips.
was
No,
a
it
really
was
good
blonde.
Sorry for those of you
I
in
did it myself.
internet
Wow.
land. I gotta get the logo
Blonde,
off quicker.
spiky.
What
Yeah.
What would you be more upset at seeing in a public place? That photo
Yeah.
or like the headshot?
The headshot.
The headshot.
It's always the headshot.
That one's so
Always
good
goes back to
though.
that
I think that's
headshot.
perfect. I like the one where you have the glass in front of you.
See, that's the great one.
That's
a
the good
really
one.
nice- I know, I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Headshot, bro.
The headshot from like
Ever
how
since-
long? How old is that too?
Oh shit, that's 20 years more.
Wait, where is this
Where is-
headshot?
yeah,
Shut
we
up,
haven't
ladies.
seen that, but I feel like we
No,
we
you've seen
need
it. It's on his.
Don't
I
ruin
think
the
it's on his social
Moonstone
media.
gig thing going
It's on his
here.
social media.
Interesting.
I don't know if I
Gee,
can
thanks.
mirror it up there. I might be able
Thanks
to.
a lot.
Me and Michelle know what we're going to be
Might be
looking
able
up
to.
when this is over.
Yes.
I doubt it'll be that hard for you to find.
No, it
No, I
certainly
have
will not.
photos of me with the spiked hair. I have photos of me with hair all the way down my ass. And those are fine because
Yeah, I have-
it's, those were,
Those are the times.
Yeah, you know.
So
But
I
the headshot, man, that one.
I was saying I'm actually more excited about these 2 bands that are going to be on the first session on Saturday. It's Goldfinger, which have kind of exhumed themselves out of, well, it's really John Feldman who took a very long hiatus with his band to be a major record producer engineer for the recent Blink-182 album, not this last one, but the one before that, the 311 album that summer, and a whole bunch of major acts. He used to do Ashley Simpson's albums, for Christ's sake. So he's a big name producer.
You're really
He's
not
worked
selling
for
this
Sony.
for me.
No, but I'm saying his band is very iconic in the thing. So that's a big one. I haven't seen them since like
UFO pants.
Warped Tour. Yes, UFO pants. I was saying alien. Saying alien, but I don't know.
Like, wait a minute.
There's something to that. I haven't seen them since 1998, Goldfinger. It's one I've just missed for whatever reason along tours and stuff like that. And then who's opening for them on that day is another band that I'm excited to see, is Suicide Machines, one of my favorite all-time bands. My kids even know the songs. So it's one of those weekends where I'm excited to see early November. I haven't seen them in a few years. Newfound, Goldfinger,
Not for nothing.
Suicide Machines, and then
It's going to be awesome.
Against Me too.
Enjoy.
I'm so
Against
excited.
Me.
You're going to miss it. I'm sorry.
I'm
Sir.
glad you're all going
You'll
without
be there
me.
for Goldfinger. No, you'll be there for Goldfinger.
Is that Saturday?
Bro, we're going to mosh.
I'll mosh. I mean,
It's a convention floor. I don't know how much I'm going to be moshing.
I'm gonna.
I don't mind the Warped Tours when
Just
it was
us.
dirt.
It'll be just us.
I didn't mind when it was
I mean,
like
I
grass
can-
and
Me
dirt,
too.
but
Let's
it's
do it.
I'm going to be jumping. Definitely going to be jumping. He
You have
doesn't.
to.
He doesn't allow you
are
not
there,
to jump
Are
around.
there, are there
maybe?
concerts every night? Is there a concert Saturday?
There are a total of 12 artists playing throughout 3 sessions, and that's just opening. There's 4 different stages
And
around
they're all,
the place.
They're all punk.
No.
Oh, okay.
Iron Chic, I think, is opening as well.
Oh, wow.
There's a local band here on Long Island. And they'll be up there. There's someone else, too, that I recognized in the scene. But the main stage has 3 bands, like a normal concert. And they play almost, that stage opens almost immediately. So it's playing almost the entire time. And then there's 3 other side stages, which have acoustic acts and other, like smaller stages. So you can pretty much get anything you want. There might be a few metal bands there. You should probably go through that list and see if you
You know what I just
not
saw
just
today?
recognize anybody, but just check it out. What?
Testament's playing at Paramount.
Yeah, that's
I
up
was
your
like-
alley, right? No, you didn't like Testament? No.
No.
Well, anyway, we have
Lamb of God.
Well, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
There he is.
I'm seeing him in June. I'm so fucking excited.
Oh.
It's
So-
a great lineup too.
We have
What,
that's going to be a
Jones
great
Beach?
weekend. And who's coming with you? Is Greg, Dan, is Scott coming down with them too?
You know what? I don't know if Scott is coming down.
But we love
But I
Greg and
know
Dan.
Greg is
All right.
for
Can,
sure.
Can you also tell Dan we have a shirt for him? I bought a 4XL for
No, I
him
gave it to
specifically.
him.
No, we have another one.
Oh.
I bought
okay.
him. I specifically bought him another one.
Oh, he'll be very excited.
rare. I actually have it. I'll give it to you today.
Well, normally
Take it out.
you have to put 2 4XLs together and sew them and then give it to him.
Well, it's funny because, when I order new merchandise, if I get it in a fancy color or something like that, he'll be like, I like the design, but just get it in black and make sure it's big and make sure it's tall.
Well,
And I'm
unfortunately,
like,
this
okay.
is white.
Done.
But this is the season 3 run of T-shirts that we did that are all white. So
I'm sure he'll be
but I still got him a
very
4X because every time
appreciative.
now when I do it, I always think of him. I'm like, I gotta get at least one 4X for him. So that'd be fun. It'd be a good time. Doug, what's going on?
Dougie!
Hey! We don't have any of your beer open, so let's. Steve,
there-
you want to
there's-
take care of that for a moment?
I took a look at your
What-
Instagram yesterday.
What do you want us to start with?
The Fat Old Son.
Ooh. So yeah, we know. I've been to the brewery now, I believe twice. Relatively new to the opening years ago, or not years ago, but and then this past summer. So give us a little breakdown of how this all started, how you picked your spot, and kind of where we are today. Bring us up to date. As they say.
We've been a brewery now for 5 years.
It was early on. I was right. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to make sure.
The brewery, well, obviously where I brew now, is originally going to be where the tasting room was as well.
Okay.
But, sorry.
No, he's good. That was me. I pulled him down a little bit before. Got him.
But of course, the rules change when it comes to zoning and Department of Health and everybody. So that kind of fell through. It just wasn't worth doing it. So we just made beer there and sold to some restaurants and bars locally.
Nice.
And then the people who are our landlords now for the tap room approached us at our favorite bar in town, the Valise, and said, "Hey, would you like to have your tap room here?" I'm like, "Oh my God, would we?" So we jumped on that, redid the place. Had a couple little snags, but we
Like what? What is there a zoning? Was it, I guess, permit based, or was it just structural? Or
no, it was. I don't think the town really quite knew how to deal with it.
It's Mattiuck, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And I mean, other than Greenport, there's nobody else out there. And with the different zoning, so I guess whatever, they got a little confused. So we got that all ironed out. And we've been open there for a year this past January.
Okay, awesome. So it's been in that location for a while. We've seen you at festivals, too. You've been pouring at festivals over the last few years. So people would recognize the logo, Nassau Coliseum. You've been to, I think you were at Belmont.
To Belmont.
Yeah, Belmont. I've seen you there. So tell us a little bit about what we're drinking right now. You said you had a fat old son. Yeah.
It's a lager. What a concept.
Right. I know.
I was perusing your Instagram, and I texted Mike excitedly last night, and I said, there's not one mention of a hazy IPA on this whole page.
No, I don't make any.
I was going to ask, what are you guys leaning towards? Or are you just going to try to do different, style beers, or you're going to light, dark? I mean,
this is very good.
This is very good.
Wintertime is dark beer. I absolutely love it. I guess I'll have to preface this by, I was a kid. I discovered green bottle beers real early, back when I was like drinking like I was 16. Loved all that stuff. There was only a handful of things around.
Right.
Joined the service. Went to Germany for 2.5 years.
Oh
my God, what a
and
great
discovered
time.
beer.
Oh my God, we would go from town. Every big town has a brewery.
Yep.
So we had a map, and we're like, okay, we're going to go to whatever is Gelnhausen today, and we're going to go to Boot again, or here or there, and just to go to all these breweries and try all this crazy good beer. And 50 cents for a liter stein of beer. I was like, oh my God,
I've died and gone to heaven.
It was a good thing, and I just
thank God for the U.S. Army.
Oh yes, thanks, Uncle Sam. But then and I've always liked the beers, but especially fest season.
Yeah.
And most people are confused. They assume Oktoberfest is in October, but it's not. It's really in September.
Yep.
But that's when the dark beers roll out, and I mean, the so dark you
box
can cut it with a box, double box. So I like that, especially in the wintertime. But I am more of a lager than an ale guy, except for I like Belgians and Scottish ales.
Oh,
well, you and Pete should go on vacation together. That's what I think.
I'm getting so
It'd
excited.
Be a little awkward at first, but I think it would turn out great.
All the things.
But back to it. This is my version of what a modern American lager should be.
Okay.
I say it's my version of Budweiser, but it's got a little bit more going on than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a lot.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason,
and a little touch of sweetness too. I feel like just that little touch after having something with all those bittering hops in, and this now all of a sudden jumps out. I'm like, ooh, that
Now,
is that.
are you guys lagering?
Yes.
Yep. Awesome.
Wait, I got someone on the phone. This is the word, Mike at PeteGovsRadio.com. Who's on the phone?
It's Ryan from Palm City Brewing.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
How we doing?
All right, very good. Hold on. Can you do you have a few minutes?
Yeah.
All right. Can you do me a favor? I'm gonna go on Instagram. I'm gonna DM you a private number to call into the studio.
Okay.
And do you have 15 minutes and then call right back?
You got it.
Because we just cracked open a beer and I want to have your beers open and ready to go while you're on the air because we want to talk about these.
No problem.
Awesome. All right, we'll call us right back.
Soon.
All right, see you in a second. All right. So anyway, sorry, Doug.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean this kind of jumps out. Is there any more of that? Any more of the fat old?
No, it's whatever was there.
Okay.
We have.
You got like a variety pack in there.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, I was like,
he's got a variety bucket.
Yeah, well, these are the little samples. I mean,
no, that's fine.
We've been such a small place for so long, and just making beer for ourselves.
It's delicious.
That now we're finally. Actually, hopefully by the end of this month, my 10-barrel system will be up and running, and we can actually go out and try to sell some beer.
Right.
So these are my little sample bottles that I've lately.
What are you guys brewing on now?
Actually, this weekend is the Oktoberfest going because it's March, so it's time to make my Marzen, and it'll sit all summer long.
Awesome.
And actually, I said this. I just came out of the fermenter, and actually, it worked out even better than this. Is 6.6%. This year's version, or this later version of it, is 7.4. So I don't know why the yeast worked so well, but I'm like, we're just going to leave it like that. So,
sorry, I'm just responding to the boys really quick and just let them know the new phone number to call in, the hotline, which I thought they had. Did they call in on the hotline or the regular one?
Regular line.
Ladies and gentlemen, join us in the studio really quick. This is Anthony Graziday, host of Limit Talk Podcast here on Gov's Radio, Thursday night starting at 9:45. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, brother?
What's good word?
Hi, Pete.
Hi, Graz.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hi, Doug.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doug, I'm going to say this. You ready? He didn't call you by the wrong name. That in and of itself is
progress.
Like, not just progress. I think it's a
unpredictable.
Oh, there it is.
I was going to say he likes you already.
I'm going to go in a different direction tonight. I'm just going to sit and listen and throw some one-liners in.
Zing.
I'll let Pominski take over.
Hey, got my name right.
Well,
Shit.
listen,
I
first of all,
Kaminsky.
this is pretty good. What is this? This is a
stout.
with
That's a
sweet
stout because I
ending.
know you like your stouts.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's a it's from Trillium actually. One of the ones I brought down for you.
I appreciate it.
I meant to give it to you last time, but it was sitting at the bottom, and I didn't catch it right away.
Yeah, I've taken in lieu of my statement I was going to call in tonight, and I've thrown it out.
Okay.
I've decided to be a better person.
Did you write something down?
Oh no, I had a whole statement coming. I had my secretary, my assistant was going to call in and go, "Hello, this is Carol calling in for Anthony Grazzi Day," and then put me on in the office.
I would have really liked
the
that.
assistant been just to whatever hapless soul happened to be in the back seat of the car at that
Yes,
point?
it was, yes,
Or in the back trunk.
Being taken. Yes.
It was going to be one of my customers.
If you wanted to let go.
It was going to be one of my customers, and then I was going to get on a speaker and go, in lieu of the recent events brewing with Michael O'Toole basically not inviting me to AC, not tagging me on any shows, I am either going to decide tonight if I'm on strike or I'm going to come in and hang out. But I decided that was childish, and I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks.
That's right.
So I have the grass cam up on you. Say hello to the people.
Hi.
Hi. There
That's
he
great,
is.
because my wife was calling me, and she's wondering if I went to work, and I haven't told her I'm in the studio yet. So it's quite possibly right now I could get in trouble. So why don't you shut the camera off me?
Then the Steve's cam. No, I don't have to put it on there.
All right, focus on Steve
he's there.
and Doug, because they're very good looking. Forget about the women.
Steve has his own camera.
See, unpredictable.
Graz,
You have a crowd over there. if you
So
want to throw it.
predictable, Rez. So predictable.
He's protected by the window.
That's where the
So
glass
Doug
would
has a
come
really
in
good
handy.
voice
Yeah.
for radio. We were talking to him at the beginning.
Yes.
Doesn't he also look a little like Steve Summers?
He looks. Steve Summers.
There
I
you
can't
are,
do it.
and
I
here I
can't
am,
do
I'm
what
a
Vince
fan.
does.
Yeah.
Schmoozing.
The Metropolitans.
Oh, that's not the guy from Double Dare?
No.
Double dare.
Yes. Could have been that.
You
guy.
actually do look like him a lot.
Mark Summers.
Yeah. Mark Summers.
Mark
There you go.
Summers.
Super sloppy
No,
double dare.
Steve Summers from The Fan.
Yes.
Sports radio.
WFAN, Doug, and he looks exactly like you. I saw him on Hudson Street one day.
Yeah.
He smokes a lot, cigarettes.
Yeah.
And he was down there, and I go, holy crap.
And his
Steve
ears are
Summers,
shot.
he goes, I could be Steve Summers.
He's such a character.
Yeah, he's
But he
good.
has a great voice, and so does Doug. So I was getting back to Doug in regards to kind of what he's putting together. So you do have a small system. Tell us a little bit about the setup that you guys have out there.
Basically, everything I have, I built. Seriously, I don't really know how to say it. I, started out home brewing like virtually everybody did.
Yeah.
And then my girlfriend is friends with a couple of the winery owners out there, or
Okay.
the kids of them, and they're like, "Oh my God, having the winery is the best thing we ever did." Da 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 da. And she's like, "Well, why don't we open a brewery?" So like, oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So I just started scaling up the home brewing stuff I had.
Okay. Now, are you still Are you working at that point? Do you have a full-time job?
Oh yeah, I still have my 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
And make beer at night
Okay.
and make the equipment to make beer at night. Jesus. So it's a 3-barrel system that is small, and I've been working for the last 2 years to get my 10 system built.
Okay.
And it literally is. I mean, I just painted the floor Sunday.
And you're making the 10
You're
barrel?
building the
Yeah. I have a friend who cut and rolled the stainless for me, and then I crawled in there, welded it together.
Jesus. Glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. It gives me a big sense of satisfaction doing it. So it's at this point finally ready to go. So I mean,
nice.
it's so hard to try to make enough beer, 90 gallons at a time.
Yeah.
So this will finally.
Now, did you have to clear out room and space in that location to do that? Was it that part of the process of doing, creating that new system?
Well, I mean, when we first opened it, ultimately the idea was there, but Yeah, I mean, everybody knows who has a brewery. It's like, they get really small really fast. You keep acquiring stuff, and next thing you know, you're rearranging the hell out of everything
and looking for more space in another location just to store shit. Yeah.
So it's been a rearrange stuff for 6 months, and then add a little bit of something else, and then move everything else around again. So
what's that, Graz?
Where are you at now, Doug? Steve Summers. Where are you at? Where are you at now? Where's your place?
We're in lovely Mattiuck.
You're far, huh?
Yeah, We're out in.
How long you been in business? You probably repeated this, but I didn't hear it because I was getting yelled at by my wife. So I apologize.
We've been. This will be our 5th year.
Plus, I promo very well. Like you and I. Do you on Instagram? You go on Instagram?
No, I am not. I am deliberately.
You almost have to have it for the business, but you're not very active on it. There's once in a while,
and I pawn it off on my girlfriend, and she really doesn't like doing it either. But we actually really need to get somebody to do because
you have to.
It is very important.
Ladies, you on Instagram?
Absolutely.
Can we follow each other?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, I'm pretty good.
Okay.
All right. What is your names, ladies? I got you as Stones. The Rolling Stones.
No,
what are your
they're
names?
not the Rolling Stones.
I wish.
All right, so go. First of all, you're following North Fork and Long Island, right?
Hold on.
I know you are.
Let's go to Instagram.
Very quickly.
All right, let's go. Oh, please. It's good for the show. Christ.
No, I'm just saying.
On Instagram.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because I got Palm City calling in. I want to keep talking to Doug.
Who, North Fork?
No. Yeah, North Fork you have, and Long Island.
I got Pete's naked pictures here.
Nope, that's not it. Keep scrolling. Swipe left.
You're welcome.
Swipe left.
All right, so what else? And what's the one I want to follow now?
Okay, so now Shelia is she_loves beer. So find her.
Loves beer.
And then Michelle is
riveting radio. Huh?
Missy Elliott. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you find those, and it'll take you a little while. If you go to North Fork and Long Island, their faces are all over there. So just
SHILA _ loves beer.
She SHE.
SHE. She.
Like short for Sheila.
Or she, as in
you.
her.
Promo it, Sheila. Go. Say it again.
Or the pronoun for
beer.
a woman.
There you go.
Perfect for woman's mouth.
Yes. Right. There you go. So how did your girlfriend get involved with the Lady Brewsters? How did that whole process go?
Actually, I think it was Michelle is the one who contacted her about it.
She's really the networking guru, right?
She is the glue that stuck it all together. Yes.
Nice. And what role does your girlfriend have within the brewery? Is she helping you brew? Is she what is she doing on a day-to-day?
No. She likes drinking beer.
Okay.
That's
we
good.
all do.
That is good.
And
Step one, check.
Yeah, and she runs the tap room.
Okay. All right. Great.
That's her thing, and she seems very.
How many
good
people
at it.
fit in a tap room? Can we do a beer tour? Can we be a beer tour out there? I'm stuttering. Can we do a beer tour to your place?
Beer tour like 50 or beer tour like 200?
No, I'm talking beer tour 15.
Couple dozen.
15.
16.
No, that's fine. I mean,
yeah, you can handle that.
Yes.
And especially in the warmer weather, he's got a nice porch with Adirondack chairs. It's actually really nice.
Adirondack chairs.
I like to watch traffic. I don't know. I like to sit and watch traffic.
I
I really do.
You're one of those guys.
I'm not ashamed of it.
dumbass.
I really do. What are you talking? I love watching just the cars go by.
Oh, you'll be hearing the horns beeping
Oh, yeah,
and stuff,
it's
and
great.
there's always accidents at that corner. It's actually a really bad intersection.
Well, I
It's
wanna-
an awful
It is.
intersection.
Yeah.
I just have a question
Is that
to
the
ask.
one where it kind of does
Love
that
Lane.
Mary
Love
like bend?
Lane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Sheila on Instagram is she loves beer. She _loves beer.
Yes.
Yes.
But I want to know why Pete's is Pete loves penis _
That's his new Instagram
I thought that was
handle.
self-explanatory.
Pete, I must say, you do look good in a thong.
So those are the pictures that you're doing on a Saturday night. When I ask you if you want to go out, you're like, no.
Sheila, you got to
selfies.
get on there now and follow me so we could send pics. I said crazy pics.
Again, great radio.
Anyway,
Yes.
Glad we're talking about your Instagram
This
account
is
instead of
wonderful.
Doug's beer.
this is social media following, and then the Palm City is going to call in any second.
It's
So-
the last, Pete. It's
I
the
know.
last.
All right. So the amount of styles that you guys had the day I was there was kind of like it's like I don't want to say like surprised me. It didn't, but I was like, oh, like we were saying before, there wasn't that heavy IPA board. It had a bunch of different styles. What else? I know we're going to have some of the drinks too, but what else would you find besides the lager? What is one of your favorite styles to brew and always have out there? Do you have a flagship or do you have a...
Actually, the red has floated to the top for whatever reason, as people seem to like it a lot. I mean,
red.
Let's do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like
is it a
it
Irish
open.
red? Is it?
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I like Irish
I mean,
reds.
I had a friend who was like, oh, I like Irish Reds, and you don't see that many of them around.
Right.
So I was like, we'll try making one. And for whatever reason.
Montauk stopped making them, so they're dead to me.
And they started making seltzers. So are they still dead to you?
What's that?
They
started making seltzers
Crooked
and
Ladders,
a fucking
Gypsy Red was one of my favorites.
Variety packed seltzers. I know. I'm going to still drink Wave Chaser. I'm sorry. I'm still going to drink
Rest in peace, Crooked Ladder.
Oh, yeah. One of the Riverhead breweries we will miss.
We're going to be trade wins.
Yes. Which should be interesting. It should be interesting to see how that fares after that kind of lull out in Riverhead for just a moment, and where the brewery scene is now. Bright Eyes opening in Long Beach. And
that place is gorgeous.
You went, huh?
It's unbelievable. They did a great job. The Hennigans, Luke Hennigan, great guy, and beautiful place. Beautiful place.
Did they take over one of the restaurants on the Strip?
No, it was an old convenience store.
Oh.
The actual building has history, so that's
part of the Bright Eyes.
Bright Eyes was an old fishing, a fish company, so they took that name, which was from back in the day.
Oh, right.
And they used Bright Eye.
Oh, okay, all right. That makes a little sense.
They have the logo. It's a fish, but
Yes.
in a hop shape, right? Like a hop.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely also helps match the Long Beach vibe that's down there as well. So,
Oh, yeah.
Hey, don't worry about it.
You guys
We'll
need
clean up at
paper
the end.
towels?
Yeah, do you have paper
Instead
towels?
of using my septic whites over there. Whatever.
No, you brought those in?
No, Eric Shevlin did.
All right, good.
Sorry.
I saw that you had Eric on.
Yeah.
Eric and I, back in the day with the
know
headshot.
Eric? Yeah.
Eric and I were in comedy school together.
Wow.
Here at Governor's.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Wow.
And our show, Jessica Kirsten was the host.
Yeah.
And
that's got to be pretty
back
cool.
in the day.
And then see her.
And I
come
haven't
up and-
seen Eric in years.
Yeah, he's the host of Knock 'em Dead Comedy every day here on Govs Radio. Every single day. Did you even see him after your Let's Eat? He usually stays behind for just another minute before Let's Eat comes on. No? All right. No, that's interesting. Good backstory. So we're at Mike at PicosRadio.com. Who we got on the phone?
They're gone.
Are they? Oh, crap. Oh, well. We'll get them back on. They'll call back in. If you guys listening, call back in. Palm City, my bad. We were just wrapping up a segment. So, Doug, the Irish Red, delicious. Give us a little breakdown of this.
It's an Irish Red.
It's tasty.
All right.
You could be the greatest radio guest that we've ever had. the last are just overwhelming.
It's a
me.
beer.
When you walk in, it's a comedy club,
What type
Doug, take your shirt
what type
off.
of base malt are you using in this?
Well, there you go, Pete.
This is Maris Otter. Actually, it's only got 3. It's Maris, Roasted, and Aroma.
And I was going to say, I definitely get the aroma, and I love that flavor because it just adds almost like a biscuity flavor, which is what a red should be.
Yeah, no, I like biscuit malt as well.
Wait a minute. Which one's the red? I want the red.
Too late there, brother.
Come on.
Yeah,
it's only a 12-ounce bottle of each. So
yeah, listen. That's why I gave you your can yourself.
Oh, so basically you shut me up and put me in a corner.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Stick baby in the corner.
Oh, these are all different.
No one puts these.
Nobody puts Graz in the
We got
corner.
2 of them,
Oh,
and
okay.
we could just you guys
I've been in
take
the
those,
corner
and
my
we'll
whole
take
life.
these, and we'll 3 and 3 would be good enough.
Doug,
so
I'll handle your Instagram.
Yes,
all
there
right?
you go.
Okay.
This is the word Mike at PeteGovsRadio.com. Who do we got on the phone?
This is Ryan from Palm City again.
Hey, what's going on? Sorry for the delay. I wanted to kind of continue on with Doug, which we have all night with anyway. So I just wanted to get and talk to you. So let me give you the background really quick of how I got my hands on these. As many older people do, my in-laws snowbird down to Florida. And they are set up in Naples. And last year I was down with them, and I made them go to a few breweries. I think the Naples brewery that was there. I forget what the other 2 were called. I had a whole bunch of different ones, but
over75.com.
Yeah, it was it was something like that. But this time they go down, and all on their own they decide to go brewery hopping, and they were sending us pictures back and forth to us, and I'm getting really annoyed and jealous of all of their travels. And they stopped to you guys and say, "Oh, we're in this really cool place, Palm City." I said, "That's one of the ones I wanted to go to when I was down there last year, and I never got to go down to you." So they said, "All right, what do you want?" So I quickly hit up your Instagram. I saw what you guys had in cans, and I gave them my 2 ones that I would probably want to try. So with us today, as you may know, we have Paparazzi and Hazify. So why don't you give us a quick rundown of the brewery and how you guys got started, and tell us a little about all that stuff.
Yeah, so we're in Fort Myers, Florida, which is on the west coast of Florida, so on the Gulf side. Down towards Naples, so right before you go over to the Alligator Alley. So about as far south as you can go on that side. We're coming up on 3 years.
Oh, okay, good.
In business. So, yeah, we'll celebrate our 3 years here in the first part of April. Kind of a typical story. I was a home brewer for a long time and got kicked out of the house, got kicked out of the garage, and then finally,
Married guy?
had to open my own place. So,
Are you a married guy?
I am a married guy. Yeah, I'm married.
Yeah, so that's what kicked you out. There you go.
Yep, that's what happened. She wanted to park the minivan in the garage, so I had to go open a brewery.
Well, there you go.
Tale as old as time.
Yes.
No kids yet, right? Don't get the kids. Hang out with the wife. Trust me, once you get the kids, you'll lose the whole fucking brewery.
Yeah, no, I've already gone down that road 3 times.
Oh, there you go.
You're a 3-time loser. I'm a 4-time loser. The gun's in the garage at any moment,
He is a bucket of cheer.
Yeah. Where are those rocks?
Those damn rocks. We're going to send them to you.
I told you. You could have rubbed them all over my back.
Damn.
Oh.
I don't know about that.
No, that's a little scary right
Just
there.
patchy hair and...
Yeah. Oh, no, we don't even have to rub them on you. We just have to put them near them, right?
Yes.
That's it. Just
Palm
the
City,
energy.
I'm very well groomed.
The energy from the rocks could have infused with the mayonnaise sweat, and you could have
Mayonnaise
sweat. I don't want to know.
Listen, I got one question. How
Yeah.
far are you away from Punta Gorda in Florida?
What? What was that?
Punta Gorda.
About 30 minutes from Punta Gorda.
Oh, dude, I think my cousin comes down to your brewery all the time. He raves about your place.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to come down there, too. I better rave about that place.
You will.
Come on down.
Let's
There you
follow
go.
each other on Instagram.
Oh, my God.
Here we go. I'm going to put you on mute while you go through your Instagram and try to follow them. So you guys, you've been around for 3 years, you said.
Yep.
Give us a little rundown of the equipment you guys are working with down there.
So we have a 2-vessel 10-barrel system. We have 2 10-barrel fermenters, 3 20-barrel uni tanks, 2 30-barrel uni tanks, and 30-barrel bright and 20-barrel bright. So
there you go.
Very, very, very manual. No electronics on there. No push buttons. No rakes. So.
No rakes, huh?
No rakes.
Love it. Old school, baby.
Just all your hands. You
Just get in there, man.
All out.
Yeah, the rake says Stanley on it.
I tell my assistant brewer every day, I said we got to earn our rakes, so just keep shoving the grain out.
Oh, there you go.
Right? Isn't that a thing?
It is a thing. It's got to be a thing.
That is a thing.
We're going to have to make T-shirts now for all the cellarmen. Earn your rakes.
Earn your rakes.
There you go. So you guys have been putting out some pretty good beer. The ones that I had, the Hazify and Paparazzi, we're having now in the studio. We cracked. You guys, which one did you guys open? You opened Hazify?
Hazify,
Yeah. All right. So tell us a little bit about Hazify. Give us a little rundown on that one.
Sure. So Hazify is our flagship brand. We came out with that about 8 months ago, just kind of filling a void. Well, I do a lot of traveling. I'm from upstate New York originally, so I go up there every year.
Where are you from? What town?
Near Ithaca.
Oh, okay. So you're up there,
beautiful
but
up there.
yeah.
Yeah. So
So how'd you get down to Florida? That's a more interesting story. Hold on. How'd you get to
He's a
Ithaca?
young guy, you know?
Yeah. Did the beer bring you down there, or did you have a job that brought you down there? What was it?
I was a teacher
originally,
so after I graduated college, wasn't feeling living with my parents and had to get a job, and found a job in sunny Naples, Florida, and moved down about 15 years ago. So I was not doing the cold anymore.
Okay.
So
I don't blame
moved
you.
down to Paradise, didn't want to go back. So.
They make an awesome fucking woman's tank top. Hazify.
Oh, you like the tank?
Oh, this is an awesome woman's tank top.
You like the merch?
Oh yeah, the merch
with the
is
beer
awesome.
name on it.
Hey, I'll do your promo at the end. You don't have to say a word. I got this. All right, Palm City.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, I'll shut up.
It was Ryan, right?
Ryan. Frankie.
Right.
Hey, who's your favorite baseball team?
The Yankees.
Oh, I hope they win the championship. Look, different.
Oh my
unpredictable.
God.
Oh my God! Usually he would attack all the Yankee fans. We're
Nope.
Mets fans
I hope
here.
you win the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, I could hear the slurping from here.
He usually says, "I hope Aaron Judge's pectoral falls off."
I'm being unpredictable. I'm being nice.
Unpredictable now.
I like
going to
it.
go to the bar and
This is getting interesting now. All right. So the Hazify. Sorry, we were there. Give us a little breakdown of that.
So the Hazify is Citra Mosaic. It's kind of just easy drinking, tropical. Florida is, like I said before, Florida's hot all the time, so you need something that you can drink. And that's has high drinkability. Low bitterness. So we get a lot of people that kind of gravitate towards that, especially with the hot weather down here.
What do we got for a hot profile on it?
It's Mosaic Citra.
Yeah.
What's the APR?
The APR.
13.9% with Tier 1 credit.
Remember FDIC.
If you know the show, it's a going gag. What's the APR? The APV, whatever the fuck it is.
APV.
The APV.
That's another thing.
6.5.
Yeah,
Ooh,
6.5.
that's nice.
Yeah. Do you have some?
No, I have.
Do you want some?
I have. Well, no, I'm
Smells
still
great.
trying to. I'm still trying to
No,
drink
have some
this
of this. You
wonderful
got,
stout.
have some Palm City while you're in there talking to him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, have some
I
Palm
like
City.
this guy.
Yeah, you got
Ryan, you rock. Ryan, can we get like a Palm City Brewing calendar together?
It's easy. Are you
doing things to the puppet in there?
No.
No.
No, he's fine.
There we go.
Scrubs is in the house. I'll hold on. Let me switch on to the Steve cam really quick.
He's adorable.
There he is.
My baby.
There he is. If you're watching online, you could see Steve and the puppet getting along very well together.
Puppet's here longer than anybody here.
Smells like it.
Look at me. You look like Steve.
I told you.
Sports Radio 66, The Fan.
When your voice, you can do some voiceovers.
That's what I'm saying. He had a great voice. He got on the mic, and I went, "Oh shit, he's got
that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's how he got his girlfriend.
And
I would
Just
imagine.
just talking on the phone. Oh yeah.
It's so underrated.
Ladies
Nobody
drink
does
free.
that.
Jesus Christ.
Say that one more time, Doug.
Star
Come
is
on.
born.
You heard that one, right? Ladies drink free.
Doug, you are going to do the promo for Limo Talk. I'm going to have one of my drivers.
I could do it right now. I could promo it after the show. We could record it really quick.
Starring
I could do it.
Bobby Inzarello and God.
Write it down. I'm serious. Write down a script quick while we're here.
You got it.
And I'll have him record it right after the show's over.
Let me just tell you,
Come out and
Palm City
enjoy
Palm
all the
City
local
Brewing,
East
10
End breweries.
barrels.
He can voice over.
I
You
love
should use
it.
12 voiceover.
What I just missed.
Sorry, no, he was doing another voiceover.
Oh, please do more. I would rather hear you.
Yeah.
No, all right.
Sorry about
puppet
this.
looks like
Right.
Elmo had a meeting
Ryan,
with
Ryan,
Oscar.
Palm City Brewing, 10-barrel brew house with 18 rotating taps, specializing in IPAs. Tag us. Hashtag, what is that? I can't read. I'm old. Pints in Paradise.
Maybe if you turn the lights on. I mean, it's really dark
Open
back
Tuesday, 4 to 9. Wednesday to Friday, 4 to 10. Saturday, 12 to 11. Sunday, 12 to 6. 7887 Drew Center in Fort Myers, Florida, right?
Perfect.
Send says, ask for Ryan, send dick pics. Huh?
There you go.
Wow.
There it is.
There you go. Unpredictable.
Unpredictable again. I'm not sure about that.
Sliding into his DMs.
Right into his DMs.
Ryan, just so you know, I'm following you. Palm City Brewing. I'm Gotham Gold Graz. Let's go. Get on there. Let's go. I want to talk.
Let's go.
All right.
You gonna do a bus tour down to Palm City?
I would love to do a. Oh my
That'd be
God,
fantastic.
We
Road
should go
trip.
to Florida. Do a road. We should do a baseball road trip.
I wouldn't mind
a
that.
Training camp. 10
So
guys.
February break.
For February break.
February break. We go down. We do a couple of shows from breweries down there.
Correct.
We go to a couple of the spring training games from
Correct.
various. That's not a bad idea,
I'm
man.
telling you. And we did. We go down. We visit Palm City.
Yep.
We hang out with Ryan.
Yep.
Anybody else? Who's your competition, Ryan? I know there's no competition, but who's your competition?
Yeah. What other breweries are local to you?
We got some good breweries around us. Pointy Bell Brewing Company is located as you're going out to the beach.
Yep.
We got Fort Myers. Got
Fort Myers I've been
Momentum.
to. Yep.
Calusa up in Sarasota is doing some really good stuff.
Heard the name. Haven't had the beer.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. So if you guys do a tour down here for spring training, we got the Twins and the Red Sox are.
Yeah, the Red Sox are right there. My in-laws
How
went
far
to a
the
Red
Mets
Sox
from you?
game that day. Actually, the day they came to you,
Yeah.
they were at the Red Sox game.
How far are the Mets and the Yankees from you?
Yankees are in Tampa, so they're a couple hours away.
Yeah,
I don't even know where
south.
the Mets are. Where the Mets are?
Mets are in
Queens?
St. Louis. What do you
Port
mean
St.
you don't
Lucie.
even know where the Mets are?
Port St. He's not a Mets fan.
I
How would he
fucking
know?
hope Aaron Judge breaks
Oh
his
my
fucking
God.
record.
There it is.
So predictable.
There it is.
No,
no, Port St. Lucie.
Port
Ryan.
St. Lucie.
It's on the other coast. I don't know.
4 hours, I think. I
Right,
think it's like 3 to 4
get
hours.
your geography together with Florida.
Well,
right?
when we go down to Naples, I remember doing a Google map thing. It's about 3 hours to Port St. Lucie. It's a big ride to do a one-day game there. So let's stay on the West Coast, stay in the Fort Myers, Naples area. It's
I'm
nice.
dying to go, man.
It's awesome.
I would
over
love
there.
to go with Pete. I think Pete would be a fantastic.
Lots of great breweries.
Pete's like, absolutely not.
Why, Pete?
Pete, you don't like the heat?
Pete don't like the heat.
I'm too fat for the heat. I don't like baseball. 3 kids.
and a wife that will kill you.
Well, he doesn't have to
That's
go alone.
number one, probably.
I'm talking about the whole crew. We're not just talking about the boy crew. I'm saying let's get everybody together.
Oh, wow.
We're going to go visit Ryan
We're not-
in
we
Palm
can't-
City. Pete,
Yeah.
Pete, are you out of your mind? You're coming for 3 days. You need a break. By the time you're done, I'll have your head shaved and your beard having a hawk.
Your
in
head
it.
shaved.
Yeah, and your beard having a little thing in the middle over there. You'll have
That's
like one of
crazy.
those...
Soul patch.
Yes, soul patch. There you go.
No, I'm not getting rid of the beard.
Ryan, just so you know, in studio right now, this is Mike, by the way. Pete, my co-host, is here. Say hi.
Hi.
In the studio, we also have the Lady Brewsters. We have Shelia and Michelle here, both representing their breweries. Shelia represents Long Island, up here on Long Island, and Michelle representing North Fork Brewing Company. And then, of course, in studio, we also have 2 brewers. We have Doug from Eastern Front, and our third co-host, Steve from Former Barrage.
Yeah.
And that's how many people we got in here. That's why and of course, Anthony
And
Graz
the
today,
Graz.
who's yelling at you.
Yes. And wants you to Instagram him all the time.
And he's definitely
That's my
not an
promo
attention
guy,
whore.
right?
Yes, he's the promo guy, correct. But he's also the guy that's sending people
Dick
to
pics.
send dick pics to you. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
You got any hot girls in bikinis? You can send me a couple of Instagrams.
Here we
DMs?
go. And that was predictable.
That's not really my game.
That was the correct answer. Well, way to go. All right.
Good answer. Good answer.
Just because he's in Florida doesn't mean there's an influx in bikinis. All right, so we're at Mike at PeteGuzzRadio.com. Listen, Ryan, what do you have on tap coming up in the next few weeks, months? Do you have any plans for the brewery to expand? Do you have any beers, new beers, experimental beers you have coming up? Nice one.
Yeah, we actually just did a Pink Boots beer.
Ooh.
You guys are from the Pink Boots Society.
Did you guys just do
my
it
wife-
yesterday, or were you just doing it throughout the week?
We launched it yesterday. Yeah, my
Nice.
wife's a member of the
Try and
Tampa
open it all
branch, so she went to Cigar City and brewed. But we also
nice.
brought our distributor in and did a brew here at the brewery and launched yesterday for International Women's Day. So
And what
that was fun. That was exciting.
What style? What's the name? Where can people find it if they're listening down in Florida?
It's we just called it Pink Boots. Very simple. It's a New England style IPA. It's about 5.5% alcohol and
Thank you.
just super easy drinking, clean.
Yep. I find like you guys down there, and like you said before, a lot of the beers you brew have to be kind of bright to match the climate, to match the vibe. But you're not doing New England IPAs at 8 or 9 like we are up here. You're doing them at 6, 5, 7, maybe no more than 7. Does that play a big role? Are you trying to like make beach beers, or you're trying to make heavy hitting beers? What's the thought process down there for you and for most of the guys?
Yeah, we try to keep it. We try to keep it at 6.5. We try to keep the drinkability through not just the beer you're drinking, but able to have 2 or 3 pints. We do some imperials, but it's hard. We're in an industrial area, and there's trucks rolling by, and I don't like people drinking 4 or 5
Smart, responsible brewer. Good job.
So
you
when we
You
can,
need a bus over there for you guys? I can send a bus over there.
Here comes the bus.
Yeah,
The
we'll
toot
get you
toot.
a bus.
We
got
call
a 21-passenger bus. They call it the Bang Bus.
Yeah, we call it the Bang Bus.
We can bang in West Palm Beach, too.
Is it back to 21 passengers or
No,
is it...
but seat's still fucking broke, man. I just got my mechanic said he found one. The one guy that was here from last week, who was that? That had
Who, Mark from Kings Park?
from Kings Park.
Mark from Kings Park within 10 seconds got that seat on.
He sure did. He had that up on an eBay search
It's
within
been
minutes.
a week now and I can't find the fucking seat.
Guys, you better text him or DM him. He's following you now. So
I got a 20-passenger, Ryan. We'll come down there. We'll have fun. I'm promising you that.
That sounds good.
yeah, man.
We'll be
So
divorced in 3 weeks.
give us the rundown on what you have coming up in regards to beer styles. I know you said you have that Pink Boots coming out. What's in the future? What's sitting in the tanks? What's coming out?
So we have a sour beers coming out. One with like passion.
Oh, you hung up on him. That's the wrong line. Don't touch him.
Who did I hang up on?
Still gotcha.
Oh,
he's still there.
All right.
Still there.
I gave him the hotline on purpose, so I'm glad you didn't do that.
Ryan, I almost became the co-host.
The only person that's going to fire me is me, so I don't know who's going to do that. Well, that might.
Oh, Greg DiFilippo wants
Good
to
luck,
jump in
son.
on the February. He's in, so
Yes.
we got another guy.
Oh,
who wants
nice.
to come
Greg's in. All right, good. Now, listen, tell him to bring. We're bringing family and friends and kids, so it's going to be that kind of thing.
He says he's got the pot, the steakhouse, and the strippers one night.
All right. So boys' weekend it is. Yeah, I'm not going to get away with that.
Just a little joke.
Just a little joke. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Ryan. What were you saying?
So we have a couple sour beers that we're preparing for our
Sour's
3-year
nice.
anniversary. We do a couple stouts here and there. Still Florida and stouts. Are kind of hit and miss still down here.
Yeah.
But
Any collabs coming up?
No collabs coming up right in the works. But we're in a unique situation down here because with all the spring training and the snowbirds and just the tourism, this is our busiest season for like distribution.
Yeah.
So we can go up anywhere from 30 to 50% over, just a normal month, a normal summer months. So we're kind of, we're in production mode right now. So as soon as we get out of that, we usually in the summertime, that's when we kind of do a lot more of our, experiment with some lagers and saisons. And
Is it more difficult to do the lagers down there with the heat being a little higher or any other of those climate conditions?
No, I mean, we have, glycol and all that stuff. So,
Okay.
I mean, it stays, pretty consistent. We can, it definitely taxes, all our equipment. We go through compressors
Your response
pretty
should have
quick.
been, no, asshole, we're not in a third world country. We have modern conveniences.
No, we don't put them in caves.
Store them in
Florida have caves in Florida.
Guatemala.
I missed such a good opportunity. I just sat back. The old me, unpredictable.
I did it to myself.
Unpredictable.
I did it to myself.
I think he needs a T-shirt.
All right, buddy. Well, listen, Ryan, I appreciate you calling in. And listen, the two beers that my in-laws brought back, I really liked. I had a good time with them. They were delicious. I posted a few. We're having them here. They'll be part of the pictures throughout the night. So appreciate it, and we hope to see more of that. And next year, more than likely, when I get down there in February break, I'm definitely going to be swinging by. So I'll come say hi.
Yeah, please come see us. We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
No problem.
Hey,
Thanks a lot.
Ryan, you like
Thank
football?
you.
You like basketball or a hockey? Which one?
Basketball.
What's your favorite team?
Orlando
I am a
Magic.
Knicks fan.
Ooh,
You're a Knicks fan?
there you go.
There we go.
You won't be seeing a championship for about 10 fucking years.
I'm with you, buddy.
This is correct.
It's about faith.
Yeah. Yeah. Loyalty.
Ryan, you ready? Palm City Brewing, 10-barrel brew house with 18 rotating taps.
Wait, the plug guy, go.
10-barrel brew house with 18 rotating taps, specializing in IPAs. Tag us at Pints in Paradise.
Ooh, there you go.
7887 Drew Clear, Fort Myers, Florida, Palm City Brewing. Don't send dick pics.
There you go. All right, buddy. Thanks a lot for calling in.
Thanks for calling in, Ryan.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, later.
Have a good one, man.
Bye, Ryan.
Ryan from Palm City Brewing. Appreciate him calling in. Like I said, I had him brought up, and I was like, oh, why don't we just have him call in? He liked some of the pictures I threw up there, and we get people from all over the place, right? East Coast, West Coast, it don't matter.
I was just down in Florida, too.
Yeah?
If I had known, I would have.
So I always try to, I don't know about you guys, I always try, like, when we do family vacations, and we've had this discussion before, I just plan most of those vacations around what breweries haven't I been to.
Well, this vacation for me, it was 2.5 days, and we hit 6 breweries.
Nice.
Wow.
And then went back to
Good for you.
one of them twice.
Where?
Down in Florida.
In Dunedin, Florida.
Oh, nice.
So
Where's
we hit
the
up Cigar
closest major?
City.
Wait, what?
Cigar City.
Cigar City, oh,
We hit
yeah,
it
yeah.
First. And then the town of Dunedin has all of these great little breweries, all within a mile or so.
Walkable
So,
little.
I mean, we just really
I think
rode
the
our
Tigers
bikes.
are over there too, right? I think the Detroit Tigers
The
spring
stadium?
training is over
Yeah,
there.
maybe.
Maybe.
The Grapefruit League?
Is
I
that
have
Miami?
no idea.
Right around Miami?
I flew into Tampa. It was like
Okay,
a 20-minute drive from
A
from
little
Tampa.
up the west side, but not
Yeah,
much.
I thought Cigar City was out of Tampa, or excuse me, out of Miami. No.
No. No.
They're down there, but I don't think they're up on the Panhandle or anything like that. So,
Sheila,
Yes.
you're the manager at Long Island Beer, correct?
Long Island, yes.
You're the owner at
Hold on one
what's the Moku thing? I can't even.
Mokoloa is my company. It's a paddleboarding company. So
And wasn't that the sour for 10 years, 10 beers?
It was.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't a sour. It was a pineapple IPA.
That's right.
And yeah, the guys kind of surprised me and
Stay nice.
honored
Hold
me
on one
by
sec.
naming one of the beers after. So actually, it was a competition beer at one of the, I think it was Heckscher, maybe the year before, and pineapple was the ingredient that they had to use.
Right.
So they had reached out to me and they said, listen, we want like a Hawaiian-sounding name. Can we use your business name?
That's cool.
Mokoloa means Long Island.
Ah.
And I said, of course, absolutely. And they ended up winning.
Free advertising.
Right. And, a beer with my name on it.
Sure.
So,
Nice.
of course. And they ended up winning. And then they included it in the 10 years, 10 beers.
That's fantastic.
Very
cool. And her slogan is always drink the good stuff, have fun along the way. Long Island,
Yes.
New York. # craft beer girl. And I would usually throw something dirty in there, but not anymore.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Because
I
Unpredictable
appreciate you
Graz.
keeping it clean.
I'm keeping it clean.
Well,
Thank you.
We just recently got paddleboards. Last summer was our first paddleboarding adventure with our children, so I want to talk to you a bit about
Amazing.
that.
Yeah.
We've been to a couple places, but I want more scout locations. We want
Cool.
to start venturing further and further.
Yes, let's definitely do
Yeah.
that.
As the word, Mike at PeacocksRadio.com. Who's on the phone with us?
This is James from Long Beach.
Hey,
what's up, James?
What's going on, James?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
All right. So James is
It's
the.
been a while.
Yes, absolutely. You've been
I miss
busy.
you guys.
You've been very busy, buddy.
Did I meet James?
Actually, I just started getting busy. I was kind of a little bit on hiatus.
Are
but,
you still with RBQ?
I'm not. I mean, Ryan is still a good friend of mine.
Yep.
I'm not doing any projects with him currently, but
Okay.
I got a lot of stuff to talk to you about. And
Yeah.
I'm very interested to talk to your guests on the show
Ooh.
as well.
Before you
and get
go,
them-
all news guy on us, I want to thank you for the invite. I appreciate it, but like Pete had said to you, both of us have, unfortunately, really important family stuff on that day. I would have loved to come. That would have been awesome.
You don't have to apologize.
I
There's gonna be a
know.
lot
I just
more
feel badly.
events
You've
as
invited
well.
us to a
And-
lot of things and really been a great friend to the show. And every time I'm like, fuck, I got a communion or I got this. It's crazy.
And, and he's also worried that the second team might be pretty good. He's also worried.
I'm
the
not worried
second-
about no
He's
second
also
team, no
worried about
nothing.
me and Paminsky coming over there and having such a good time that they changed it to the Wort with Graz and Paminsky.
Yeah.
Does Graz remember me? Oh,
Yes.
no.
Of
Hi,
course I do.
James. I remember you.
Yes.
All
James,
right.
Graz never forgets anybody. He's like the elephant that forgets nothing.
You were good to me, James.
I was. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Was I good to you? I'm trying to be very clean tonight. Was I good to you?
You're failing.
Scratch. He's grasping at straws.
Unless I mean, I know the bar is a little bit low. No offense, but
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it is. It's true.
If you listen to my
That's
show
all right.
on Thursdays, it's very low.
There is no
All right, let me
bar.
tell you who we got in studio, James. In studio, we have Sheila from Long Island and Michelle from North Fork. They're representing the Lady Brewsters, who just...
I can't wait to talk to them.
Yeah, and then, of course, we have Doug from Eastern Front out in Mattiuck. He's here with us today.
I'm looking forward to talking to him too.
And then, of course,
if we have time,
Not a New England hazy in the sight.
Yes.
It's great.
And then we have Steve Paminsky's here with us as well.
They are good.
From Barrage. And then, of
I
course,
like
Pete
them.
and I are here as
But
well
it's good to have something
as you
different.
mentioned, Graz. So
I haven't met Steve.
No.
Unfortunately. I know
he'll be around
he
for our
was
shows
doing-
now. He's a big part of our show now, so he'll be around for any of our gatherings.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
all right.
first, tell us what you have coming up, because I know that's really I want to get that in before we get drunk and off track.
No problem. I'm not here to plug. I can.
No,
fully
I
talk
want you to
about
plug.
beer and everything.
No, that's why we had you call in. Well, how about wait, James? I'm going to start here.
James,
ready?
you could plug me.
Hold on. I'm going to turn you
Jesus.
on. Just 1 second. That's terrible. James, I'm giving away 2 tickets to AC Beer Fest.
Yes.
2 questions before I do that. Number 1, are you available April 3rd?
I can't go to the fest, but I'd love to do some test runs. And speaking of which,
Yeah.
the fact that callers into your show don't know what the word is,
Yeah.
is
I know.
pretty
well,
sad. I don't know if it's a reflection
I'll-
on your ability to inform them. But
I know.
I hope I'm going to
Well,
assume it's not. But
he called me Michael.
maybe they
He
just
said
want free
Michael.
tickets.
Michael.
Michael, you shouldn't tell people.
Michael.
That. I seem like I'm getting yelled at. Listen, James, Pat who answered those questions before, didn't seem like he was a huge brewer beer guy. He was just kind of hanging out with spider bites in his backyard and shooting ducks off his back
That's
porch.
okay. I mean, but the Wort.
Yes.
For crying out loud.
You knew that one. So thank you very much. For anyone who's listening, they now got one of the questions right. Did you know any of the other?
What's the second question?
Did you know the answer to any of these other questions?
Well, one of the things I was surprised to hear about, unless I heard it incorrectly, was someone said there was only 5 craft breweries in New Jersey.
That was an incorrect answer.
That was me.
They got the crash for that.
Yeah, that was me. I said
like,
2.
wait,
actually.
where have I been?
Yeah. Trust me, there is definitely not 5. There is way, way more than 5. Don't give the answer out just yet, but there's a lot. And it's growing.
I don't know the answer. That's why.
Well, it's not quite up to New York standards, who's right now second in the nation in number of craft breweries. Can we? I think it's second to California now.
You're at 944, right? When are you giving the tickets?
I want to say Colorado might be
only
in there
5
also.
breweries. I was a brewer, a commercial brewer on Long Island when there were only 5 breweries.
Yeah, back in the day.
So it gives you an indication of
how
far back my
how far it's come in 20 years, James. How far it's come in 10 years. It's crazy.
I'm sorry?
How far it's even come in 10 years.
Well, I don't really wear rubber boots anymore, and actually, I'm going to this Saturday. On a side note, we can get into that later. But I was a brewer in the late '90s in New York, and we got into this during our interview when you guys came out to Rocket Talk.
Yeah.
Which poignantly pointed out that we spoke about how 10 or 5 or 10 years ago we wouldn't have been able to do an event like that where we could have 30 plus different beers just from Long Island, all going at once. That wouldn't have been possible. So it's a great testament to what's happening in New York State as far as, in particular what the farm brewery system has done, but just as to where the marketplace has caught up.
And we had a great time. At Rocket Talk was a lot of fun. Broadcast. It was a beautiful day. We were sitting there at the.
It was a different kind of festival. It's rare that you get to pour your own beers when you go to a festival, right?
And of course, Dan from Long Beach coming through and hanging out for a while. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm drinking his beer right now.
There you go. Give us the before. Like I said, James, before we forget, you got to give us the plugs of what's going on. I said thank you very much for the invite. Tell the people what I'm even talking about because I don't.
What are we missing out on?
What are we going to miss out on? That I'm going to be so jealous about.
And that I haven't been invited to.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And Mike, you are going to be jealous because the launch pad is from a hardcore German place. It's called Das Biergarten in Long Beach. But the event is called, tentatively calling it the Long Beach Local Brewery Tour, and it's on Saturday, April 18th.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, we go to all of the local breweries. I want to say all of them. We're going to skip Long Beach because they're just not ready to receive a group in their tap room quite just yet.
Yeah.
So we're going to launch from Beer Garden, then we're going to spend an hour at Barrier.
Okay.
We're going to do a flight, a pint, and then we're going to go from there to South Shore Craft Brewing Company, a new one in Oceanside.
Yep, Huey and Nick are doing great things over there.
Yeah, I'm brewing there on Saturday.
Oh, you are? You're going to do it with that? All right, cool.
So, yeah, I guess I slipped the boots on, for
half a minute
fun and to fill in. They'll be looking for someone. Right now, they need a capable brewer. Because,
James, you know what I learned tonight? James, you got to earn your rake. That's what I learned. Earn your rake.
Speaking of rakes, I have a great side note on that. Phil speaking of Long Island breweries, Phil Markowski, the ladies I'm sure know who he is, and Steve probably know. The owner and brewmaster at Two Roads Brewing Company had a long career at Southampton Public House and brought it to
Phil was one of the innovators on Long Island. He's an unbelievable brewer.
Yeah, and he was like my mentor in the 90s, where when I wasn't brewing at Longshore, I'd bounce out there and spend as much time as I could picking his brain. And if you know Phil, he's incredibly gracious and he's incredibly knowledgeable and willing to share his knowledge with anyone who wants to come and, shove a little grain. And he had a 15-barrel brew system out there and preferred not to have a rake. And at Two Roads, he has an 8-barrel, really old pub system where he likes to hand set the mash. That's an 8-barrel system, but he's still, there's.
Is that like part of the art? Is that like something that is a thing, or is it just something like a bragging point.
I think he was a Belgian in a former life. I mean, he didn't wear a leather apron when we were brewing, but
Das Boot.
He was, he wrote the book literally on brewing Belgian beers and farmhouse ales in particular. He's been a keynote speaker at the Beer Mondial. God knows how many medals he's won at GABF. When it was very important in the 90s and the early 2000s, winning at GABF put you on the map. I mean, Great South Bay can tell you that better than anybody else.
So do you guys think it's part of that process? Is it about earning your stripes, Doug?
I think it's really what makes you comfortable and what you get used to doing. I mean,
I just think, it's something to be said for the old way, doing it manually like your guest from Palm City.
Yeah.
There's another Long Island brewer who's right up there at Silver King. I don't think it's too far from there. Norman Dixon Jr. was
watch your language, sir.
Brick House, back in the day when I was.
Oh, he was at Brick House. All right.
This is when LIBC was still open and still was at the public house.
Wow, you go back, James. I didn't realize you go that far back.
You all know Duffy. He was the brewer at John Harvard.
Right, correct.
In the day, and there was
that one I knew.
Oliver over in Brooklyn.
And that one I know.
Oh, and Mark Burford was still making beer at Blue Point. Before AB drove a dump truck, full of money up to his house.
Hopefully didn't.
I mean, everyone dreams of getting a dump truck of cash delivered to their house.
Yeah.
So
backing up to their backyard and just unloading it like fire logs.
It's interesting because in the craft brewing industry, there's a lot of people who poo-poo companies that get bought by major brands. And they're no longer craft anymore.
God bless them. They work hard enough.
Yeah. Someone drives a truck. Someone wants to write you a check. All jokes aside, someone wants to write you a check for a fucking $1 million today to sell your brewery.
I watched a recent episode of Shark Tank where the guy turned down $3 million off just to be bought out for this stupid little thing that he thinks he's going to make $10 million on for the next 20 years. Just take the $3 million and run, dude. You know what you can do with investing $1 million into something, and then that you can live on by itself, and then take $2 million to the head and buy a house and buy a life. I don't know. You just you get the opportunity, you got to jump at it. That's how I feel.
I could take 10 grand right now. Do you want to be honest? Just give me 10 grand. I'll turn it to 100. We'll be at the fucking casino in about.
I was
going to
say you're going to go right to the Borgata.
I was just going to give him $5 just to leave.
I'm not that cheap, Piminski.
Is that all it takes? I didn't know.
Think because you're a new addition, you're going to fucking nudge me out of here yet. I got fucking little seniority here, just a little.
He's got third chair.
It's okay. I'll take fourth.
I'll take fourth.
What'd you say, Sheila?
I said, and you're unpredictable.
Thank you, Sheila.
Yes,
Sheila,
exactly.
I'm loving you right now.
Thank you.
Cheers. Great beer, by the way. What did she offer me over here?
Which one did you pour him?
Oh, Palm City.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Palm City.
There you go. It's more Palm City. Is it the paparazzi?
Can I just suggest something? Somebody on Facebook, Greg D. Filippo, said, "Could you please stop putting the camera on Piminski and Graz today?
I switched it up.
Could you please put it on the girl?
I put
the
it
two
on,
girls in the middle.
I've been rotating
They
camera
said, could you
shots
please
as
put
we
it
go.
on Doug and the two girls?
Doug.
Yeah, it's because of Doug and Pete.
Mainly the one
Doug
from
is
far
definitely the
away.
voice.
Pete's lactating breasts.
Yeah, they do.
His man sweat.
Nobody wants to look at Pete's boobs.
No, 100% accurate.
So sorry, James. You guys are going to start at Das Beer Garden, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Then we're going to Barrier.
And we're going back
to
to
South Shore.
And then we're
South
gonna go to
Shore.
South Shore.
Good.
And then we're going to go to Bright Eye. You guys were just talking about them.
New Kid on the Block.
And a little bit on what's going on there.
Give us, hold on, James. Steve, give us your rundown on Bright Eye. What was your experience there? Because they're brand new.
They're brand new.
They're overwhelmed.
2 weeks
according
now?
to
I
the
think they're 2 weeks
conversations
now.
I had with them.
I can tell you what happened actually.
Okay, good.
I met the new
because he
brewer.
has a restaurant in Long Beach, so that's why he knows some of the inside
it's
scoop.
not a restaurant actually. It's just a brewery. They work.
No,
with
you.
locals.
You.
Oh, me personally?
Yes.
What do I think of Bright Eye?
No.
Or-
You restaurant in Long Beach. You're a staple in Long Beach, James.
What restaurant?
I'm sorry. What was the original? I'm sorry. I got a little confused.
James,
there.
are you
We're talking
drinking?
about
Are
a
you
few
drinking?
things.
James, are you drinking an IPA with a 9.4 APR?
No, that's not my
Yeah,
bag.
that's
Actually, I have a Schwartz beer.
There you go.
Really
What's a
Shipwreck's
Schwartz
Black?
beer?
Yeah, he's drinking the
Shipwreck.
Shipwrecks.
Yes, the Shipwreck's
Oh.
Black.
It's a fucking great beer.
I like that one.
I thought it was like
one.
matzo in a fucking drink.
Yeah, no.
Schwartz beer.
No, James, what I was saying is, So, Bride, I was saying that is a little overwhelmed, and you have the inside scoop because you're a Long Beach guy, and you're part of the scene over there. Yeah,
I met Luke Hennigan in the new brewer. He comes via Laguna Beach Brewing Company out in San Diego.
So you came all the way to this Long Beach.
Doing the brewing, even though Luke is fully capable, I believe, but they sold out of beer. You know, they're a little bit overwhelmed. You know, if you know Long Beach at all, they're kind of thirsty. You know,
a little bit.
Speaking of which, I want to, before I continue, but I want to open the invitation to the Lady Brewers. I'm a huge fan of North Fork as well, and to Doug over at Eastern Front. If you guys want to, get online and, if you're capable of having tap accounts, I don't know what your situation is. I definitely want some of that Lunar Moon if there's any left. And we have some locations down in Long Beach that we'd love to put you on and get you some exposure.
James is all about that networking. He at RBQ he brought a ton of out east Long Island beers.
Yeah, we've been on tap at RBQ. Yeah,
and then
right? You were out there picking up kegs, right?
I went out to North Fork Brewing Company to go pick it up.
Yeah, he drove out there to get it.
I know they wanted
so Michelle didn't have to hop in the car and go all the way to Rockaway.
Shelia, he's all about beer. Notice he hasn't invited me to any of the things.
Oh, right, because he's all about beer.
Right.
There's 6 people in the studio. I'm in the box. I don't get any invites.
You're in the O2.
He wants me nothing
Graz in the box.
It's
a Graz in the box.
Beer and this show is about things that taste good, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, there you go. But you're right. I mean, to bring all those into the let's say Western Nassau, Queens, Brooklyn area, that's a big deal because those people want new stuff too.
Yeah, RBQ is new, and we wanted to kind of make a little bit of a splash, but kind of keep it low key, and not like have people waiting in line, with a little cup. We just you saw how it was where we.
It was
were
full pints, right?
You could walk in back there and pour your own beer.
Full
if you wanted a pint,
beer
you could
fest.
take
That's
one.
awesome.
And
awesome.
That's how it should.
Had a great time.
It was very casual for a beer fest with 30 taps going.
Yeah.
We doubled the amount of tap lines for just one weekend, and we tripled the cellar capacity.
Yeah.
Not every restaurant can do that, so it's something I was very proud of.
That's
and
awesome.
To feature the beers of the Southern Empire, shall we say.
So besides the Brew Tour, what's your current venture right now?
All right, so we got the Brew Tour on April 18th. We're also opening up the beer garden at Speakeasy. I was doing those Speakeasy pop-up things where we would do these things called the brewer sessions. You guys weren't able to make it again.
I know.
You're tied up. But we would take a
I
brewery.
swear, like I said, every time he invites us,
Take
some
goddamn kids.
You gotta treat me nice. Take the hint. They won't come unless you treat me nice.
That's
not it.
There's no direct correlation, James, to that at all. When we come, we'll pull Graz with us.
We would plan it that week. The guys, it'd be like, James, why don't you come up with something? And I'm involved in, retail and marketing.
Yep.
I'm James Art Beer. I do a lot of content for social media and print advertising. And I'm just, I'm a brewer. I've been a New York State brewer, and I'm a huge advocate of the industry, and it's kind of what I do. And, Rocket Talk was an extension of that. And just like I'm talking to your guest, anytime you want to come to Long Beach, anytime you want to get a specific label or get your brand out, or the Lady Brewers, I'm brethren with anyone in rubber boots. I don't care.
That's awesome.
I'm going to start
talk a little bit about the brewer session.
So I'm interested to know more about what they're doing and give exposure to what they're doing.
Exactly.
Like I said, I want to get Lunar Moon on. I know you said you brewed 10 barrels. If there's any, if you got a half barrel or a slim laying around, we'd love to grab it if it's still in good shape.
Unfortunately, we don't. Every brewery got about 2 to 3 kegs each. Next year, we'll definitely plan to brew a bigger batch, because the amount of people that have been interested in being involved and participating and somehow raising funds for a charity, which has been it's been phenomenal. It's just that we didn't make enough, and we didn't expect this many people to want to participate in it.
Well, that's a good problem.
Yeah,
but
really
next
exactly.
year,
Absolutely.
next year, come on.
Exactly. And when you have that next thing coming up, definitely he's one of those guys that can get it into those areas. Yeah,
right.
It's on.
One of you is at North Fork, correct?
Yes.
Yes, Michelle's at North Fork. Yeah.
Okay, well, I definitely want to get North Fork on in Long Beach. At the time, we weren't. I'm a zymergist. Like, I can't wait to spend some time in the lab with Ian. You know, I had a great time out there.
I actually brought Purple Grain, our newest sour,
let's
with me.
Let's try it.
Well, you know, I want to go out and go out in the field like a farmer and pick some fuzz off of a blueberry and bring it back to the lab and
which is funny because the sour that I'm opening right now, the yeast that was cultured for this was picked off of a blackberry.
Nice.
Excellent. So it's a single cell. It's a single cell cultivation. It's not a wild one with millions of. So you worked off a single cell isolation.
Well, that's what Ian does out in his laboratory that he has out there.
Ooh, what a
it's a huge. It's important to point out, and this is great for him because it's supposedly for beer nerds, and there's a huge difference between isolating a single cell and creating a culture from there, and just doing it kind of terre noir, like it's traditional spontaneous Belgian style, where you just open up the louvres, and let it all fall into the cool ship. It's a completely different wild animal, if you will, and it's important to point these things out.
These, wow, that's good. He did it. They did a
Graz,
great
are
job.
you a sour fan?
I'm going to try to be.
Okay.
Hey, Graz is...
It's more on the tart side.
It's tart.
I've had very few sours that I like. The Back to the Lacto was the first one I had. I'm like, wow, all sours aren't terrible. This one is delicious.
I found this pale ale.
No, but that wasn't that one. No, this is different. This is something a little more tart.
It's a kettle soured saison.
It's going to be tart.
So it's made with black currant, strawberries, and blueberries, and the yeast comes off of blackberries.
Who are you giving that to?
Grass.
Your face, Grass.
Well, he just came off a sweet potato stout, and then he's going to a blueberry sour. So he's probably going to be taken back.
That, but the aftertaste is pretty nice. I like it.
Yeah, it's.
I like it. You make this?
I didn't personally make this. Ian and Peter from North Fork did.
You know Ian and Peter.
Just so you know, I want to let you know that we got
Smells
another edition.
delightful.
Joe Stars from Delray Beach is coming on our baseball tour next year.
Oh, okay, good. See, everyone's jumping on.
Mark, you coming to Florida for our brewery baseball spring training tour?
That's James on the phone.
James, Frank,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm sorry, James.
No problem. The down to Florida on the bus, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. He's been listening the whole night. He knows exactly what you're talking about.
That's why I'm
you
trying
can
to
be very vague.
I'm
He's like,
we'll
he's very
professional.
professional.
See what happens, and I'll,
exactly.
see what we can do.
I want to hang
All
with
right,
you.
so-
Listen, I want to hang with you one night.
Do you have any questions for our panel of brewers here?
Anytime you guys, again, so if you want, the best way to do it is come down to Long Beach because there's
That's it.
lots of. It's fun down here. I know, lots of people. If you like barbecue, we go to Swing Bellies, and I could just jump behind the bar. We could do a flight and run through the entire lineup. We could do that Speakeasy too because they got 26 tap lines there, and I'm going to be running the Speakeasy Beer Garden this summer.
What is that all about? I don't know what that is.
So, all right. So we can plug South Shore Craft Brewery. They're on the brew tour. They're a new brewery in Oceanside, and we're opening up the Speakeasy is a great restaurant down in Long Beach, and they have a beer garden out there. So what I do is I come up with ideas, and basically my idea was what I call a brewer session. So we feature one brewery typically, and we try to buy as many barrels as we can, and we run lines out in the beer garden. If if the brewery's not there, I do I do the beer talk and represent the brand. But usually we get people from the brewery, whether it's Dan from Long Beach. We had the guys from Two Roads come down. Excuse my voice. And it's we call it unlimited pours for like 4 hours plus. And Jake, the chef and owner, makes a special pairings menu. And we're outside just talking about beer, yucking it up. We play giant Jenga. And we get all beer nerdy and eat a lot of food.
Jenga. Yeah, that's awesome. You do a great job on your food pairing. You know kind of what goes with what. So when we were down there at like RBQ, we knew exactly what we could match up with some of the beers that we were drinking that night, like the Schwartz beer.
And I don't like to complicate it too much.
No,
like
doesn't have to be super
The
complicated.
fried pickles were delicious.
Yeah.
I know the whole Cicerone guidelines and how they like to do things, and
Right.
I like to stay abreast of what's hip and contemporary. But
absolutely,
it depends on what you're in the mood for. And sometimes there's an ill pairing that you just might want to go with.
With that said, I just want to ask Doug a couple of questions really quick that are coming up in my mind. So
Sure.
you don't have a restaurant per se or food being served made at the brewery. Are you bringing in food trucks? Are you doing orders out and delivery? What's the plan for the food element?
We do bring some food trucks in now, and that's getting more and more popular, as well as there's restaurants on either side of us. So there's literally, 3 places to eat within 50 yards. So there's
So can people take to go and then come in and eat?
Yes. Yeah.
And our food trucks, I saw an article over the summer about vineyards trying to have food trucks and the town giving them shit about it.
It boils down to zoning. I don't know the specifics of it, but I think a lot of the agricultural zoned lands, they're getting down on the food trucks with, but in business or hamlet business or zonings like that it doesn't appear to be an issue, but I'm definitely not an expert on it.
Are you guys feeling that the same way?
Well, as far as the food trucks are concerned, we have them constantly.
All the time.
Yeah.
That's a staple in most of the.
And you have now one
Suffolk County.
permanently.
Right. Yeah, we just launched ours on January 18th.
Which is awesome.
So No Faux Chew Co.
Yep.
North Fork Chewing Company.
Now, is that outsourced to there's separate people doing it, or are you?
No, so it's
North Fork on
part
that?
of our company, but a longtime friend of Peter's, Kirsten Moore, is spearheading that.
Okay.
And so she's running it, managing it. She's cooking. She's been in the food industry for quite a few years.
So one of the great things about having food trucks is you can have variety coming in every so often. Are they? I mean, obviously with the food trucks, you guys are experiencing getting different people in. What about the permanent? Is she changing up the menu every so often?
We have definitely changed up the menu, especially with what customers ask for. We actually just launched a new menu this past weekend with hash brown rancheros, a no faux cheese steak, because some of the other past food items may not have been as filling for people. We just launched some new ones. There was one Sunday where Kirsten was actually sick with the flu, and Peter got on the truck and cooked, and we cooked up some pierogies and kielbasa.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like me some good
Which is nice because Polish Town's right there. in
Yes,
Riverside,
yeah.
so,
Same thing. You guys have that all the time. I mean, figuring that out very
yeah.
quickly.
Oh, yeah.
When you guys started up over 10 years ago now,
Mm-hmm.
how much the town kind of dictates what kind of food you're going to get in there, what sells better, what sells not as much. Do you have a lot of that going on?
I don't know. I would say that it's kind of a mixed bag because we have a lot of different food trucks with really varied menus, and you never really know what's going to hit because we'll get a hot dog food truck in, and you'll think, oh, this is going to kill it.
It's going to kill.
Right? And it might not. But then, we'll get an empanada truck in there, and they'll kill it. They'll sell out. So you really never know. And honestly, that's fine with us. We try to vary it every weekend. If we can.
Right, because if you're a returning customer, you don't want to be like, I got to get the pizza again. Or
yeah. Got to keep it
Same
fresh.
thing, right, Doug? I mean, you have the same kind of concept where you're just trying to rotate in and out of different food trucks and different options, as well as having the restaurants around that have different menus.
Well, we're still actually learning a lot about this. We've only been doing this for a year now, so we're actually, taking advice from other people as far as what to do.
This is why we bring people in. Look at this. People helping people. People helping people. James, what do you guys have, in the town right now that's going to, and besides, Bright Eye Beer Company coming in, that's going to really
Yeah,
kind
they
of.
ran out of beer.
Oh, right, they're not
They
open.
drank them dry. They literally drank
Grand
them dry.
opening, grand closing. That's
Not surprising.
That is Mr.
That town
Joe.
needed a brewery
I
for
know,
years.
I know they're packing up more stuff, but
Yeah.
they were descended upon. There was a lot of excitement
It's
about
the
opening.
That's great.
It's like the 500 came down from the gap in the.
You got to come to Long Beach, and again, this is an open invitation to all of you out there.
There's a question.
And
Somebody's
when you
asking
want
a
to
question
come
on
down,
Facebook.
just hit
Go ahead,
me up.
answer it.
And I know Graz loves this. So
Yes.
I'm James Art Beer on Instagram. Send me a DM or jamesartbeer@gmail, and just hit me up when you're coming to visit, and we'll hit one of the joints.
Graz will definitely
James,
come
it's
down.
Graz, first of all, Joseph Abruzio Jr. said said Steve Pominski is so hot.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can put him back on air for you, Joe. Hold
One
on,
of the
let me
many
put him
things
on.
Joe is 100% right on.
Joe is my boy.
Hi, Joe.
Joe Abruzio Jr. said, "How about mead on Long Beach, Frank or
There
James?"
you go.
Yeah.
Whoever's
That's
on the
what
phone.
you need,
Definitely
James.
a good
That's what you
idea.
need a little mead
Little
works.
variation.
Fucking mitter
Hell
knots.
yeah.
Greg DiFilippo on
I-
Facebook said, please put the camera on the two chicks. Forget about
It's been on every. Like, first of all, there's no like close-up shot for the girls. It's all 5 of us. Steve Cam, Graz Cam. That's the way it
Joe
works.
Stars says, pierogies and beer make me happy.
That might be true.
Yeah.
Me too.
Pierogies.
And
yeah,
Joshua
there's-
Broughton said, send me dick pics. Just
Yes.
kidding.
All right, Josh, I'll get it to you tomorrow.
Working on it.
Working
on it.
I'm working on it now. Yeah, James, have you had any experience with mead?
Yeah, of course. I love mead.
So
mead
we have
is
a
the original,
great
mead is
place.
The original fermented beverage.
That's
it
it.
predates all of the grain and grape beverages. I mean, it's a lot of the terms that we use in our common vernacular, like honeymoon, come from mead.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
And listen, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you a quick DM while we're talking, and it's to Joe over at WA Meadworks. Pretty much a friend to everybody. If you're not friends with this guy, you're the problem, not him. So that's the way that works. James, he's a really great guy, and he does a lot of work in the mead industry.
A lot of collabs with brewers.
Yes,
too.
a lot of collabs with brewers as well. And he just produces ridiculously
Is he the
good
fellow
mead.
that just won out at the Cask Festival?
Yes.
Or is it real
A fucking meadery won the TBC
Cask
the second
Ale Fest,
annual
yep.
Cask
Yeah,
Fest, the Nano
that's
Cask Fest.
saying
Yes.
something.
Yes.
That's saying something about his work.
We won it last year.
Yes.
And if anybody, I was glad that he took it, so now I could go visit
That's great to hear.
Yes.
Great to hear. Well,
I'm sending it to you now, James. There you go.
If someone wants exposure,
yes,
whether you want to throw a party in the beer garden, whether you want to try to get a tap account, whether you want to take a tour of town, and for you, Mike, you got to come check out Das Beer Garden. You're gonna have a cow. Drew, the owner, is a great guy, and he's a fun-loving guy, and he carries German beers. He's got a connection to the Polliner family.
Joe knows. I'm sorry, James knows where my heart is.
He's dedicated to German beer, and it's like an indoor beer garden, and it's just a fantastic place. And that's going to be our launch pad for this little local brewery tour. And again, it's a testament. Nassau County is a little bit tougher just because
I would imagine. It seems
of
a little.
the rent. And Long Beach Brewing Company is a perfect example of that because they had. Before Bright Eye, Long Beach has been trying to open, or was trying
years
before
before
they
Bright
opened
Eye
their
did.
facility in Long Beach. The city was cooperating with them and using their resources to reach out to realtors because they wanted it. Every city planning board knows it's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
So they couldn't swing the numbers as far as the dollars per square foot, and the rent alone was enough to discourage a lot of breweries from opening in Nassau County. And we finally have some guys are willing to step up and pull a trigger. We all know the story about Barrier.
Yep.
They're in Ireland and England and Spain and Italy, and
That's because Bobby travels the world with just a backpack of Barrier beer.
I remember
smokes weed with every brewer, and then that's pretty much how it goes, Bob.
And guys from your show,
and
too.
guys from your show, yeah, Graz included, yes.
It feels like yesterday that Evan and Craig were brewing on a half-barrel brewery.
Yeah.
And, double batching and delivering till God knows what time in the morning. They focused on New York City as their marketplace for exposure.
It's like dessert,
And,
by the way.
long story short, the rest is history.
That's awesome.
I expect North Fork
Full pour
to make some big waves in the brewing industry. I know the other lady there, she's over at Long Island.
Yes.
And I know they've been at it for a while, and we've had some of their beers out here.
Mm-hmm.
But they're carried by Claire Rose, and
yes.
I'm not sure if that's an obstacle. That's a whole nother conversation for the brewing industry. But
right.
For you, for
we're more than happy to
promoter or
do
restaurant
Long
owner and
Ireland
things like
too,
that.
Just reach
Absolutely.
out to me, and
Can you go outside of the Claire Rose
rep
contract?
down
Do you
here,
know?
And we'll get it going.
Can you privately sell?
We're not supposed to do that.
Yeah. Could you, if someone wanted to, have a keg for their birthday party at a house, could you do that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You can't sell to other retail accounts.
Right. Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Sure, that makes
Exactly.
sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, we'll buy Long Island through Claire Rose.
Right.
He'll do it.
We'll buy through their distributor. I don't think North Fork is there yet. Do you guys deliver to Nassau County at all?
Yeah, they do. They actually, I've seen it expand and
last year
extend
when
all the
we
way into the
pulled
city.
off
You big
Rocky
guys are
Top,
selling
we had to go there.
beer everywhere.
Speaking of which, we still Ryan over at Barbecue still has one of your barrels, and I will personally return it. So,
an empty barrel. I hope. Don't give us back the beer.
He may be a little miffed. That I still have. I don't have it, but I will get his.
Still has the information.
You
got like a GPS tag on it, don't you?
We had to go to the Brewers Collective. We had to go to Dubco.
Yeah, you had to travel all over.
And so we had a rally out there. We wanted to offer beers that had never been on tap in New York City. I thought it was kind of cool.
Very cool. It was a great experience, and we really loved it. It was phenomenal day, phenomenal time, and seeing everyone's
food,
face.
The barbecue.
Pete, I think Pete had a perpetual boner on the drive home because of all that delicious wet meat.
Sheila's head just tilted right.
I know.
We got some ladies.
Well, I try to paint the picture with
and
words.
that's probably
my
why the
job.
five-week-old is here.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
The
right.
timing lines up.
Actually, shit, it does kind of line up a
lines
little
up.
bit. All right. James, I really have to pee.
Sweaty meat bonus.
And we got to take a break. We haven't braked since last hour and a half. Give us the last big plug. Tell us where we can find tickets for April 18th and any other future events and endeavors you have going on.
Well, they're probably going to go on Eventbrite, but I'm
Okay.
going to cap it at 30. I want to make it a more of a personal experience. It's
Nice.
not like a big event I'm throwing. It's just for the people who are, hardcore craft fans to get exposure and kind of kill three birds with one stone in one afternoon. Let's have a little fun and promote craft brewing in our neck of the woods in New York.
I think one of the things you really do well is to make it small, make it intimate, and make it a lot of fun. I think that's the bonus.
Keyword intimate.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
It is.
Eventually, maybe we'll have a big thing.
Right.
But for right now, I want to concentrate on making it a successful event.
Correct.
And where I can have more control of what's going on.
Mike, are you peeing your pants?
Yes, I am.
So listen,
James,
I'll let you go.
James.
Thanks for calling in,
Wait,
James.
what's the link to get to the ticket sales?
Just go to James Art Beer.
James Art Beer on
or
Instagram.
send me. For now,
Okay.
I'll make an announcement, and you'll see something on Eventbrite, I imagine. But
okay,
if you guys want to go, and I'll give, I'll hook anyone there who wants a ticket. I'll give you a ticket. Just reach out to me. They're gonna sell out probably within a week or two.
Perfect. So thanks a lot,
If
man.
you want to go, it's the best just to reach out to me directly.
Perfect. James Art Beer on Instagram, on any other social media. Really appreciate everything you do for the show, man. I'm very sincere with that. Very good friend to the show, and calling again in a few weeks, and we'll want to hear how it went.
I was even muzzled.
Yes.
And Doug, I don't know, Doug, if we can get your beer out here, we'd love to have it in North Fork.
Well, when Doug builds his 10-barrel system with his hands, we definitely have enough beer to throw a keg or two into the Nassau County area and expand a little bit.
I know the other guys wanted to get us beer. They just didn't have the resources to do so. So if we need to meet in the middle or take a trip out there, when I drop off the barrels.
Yeah.
He's on Hudson Street. He's on Hudson Street for WFAN.
Yes. Yeah. There you are, and here I am, and a fan.
But for now, I want to get in touch with North Fork about getting them on it.
He really loves
I know.
it. No, I'm serious.
I sensed that.
Yeah, because it was so good. That was one of the ones we were excited about too when we went out there at RBQ to have that. We were like, oh, this is
James, I'm coming. I'm coming to Long Beach.
There you go.
All right,
buckle up.
Hit me up.
Yeah, hit him
Buckle
up.
up.
DM him. Go to James Art Beer on Instagram and Twitter and
Thanks,
find out all the
James.
happenings
Thank
that are going
you, James.
on. Appreciate,
All right,
buddy.
Thank you, ladies, for doing what you do. Keep pushing the ball forward, and it's a great cause, and we're going to
Thank you.
support you whenever you're doing.
Yeah,
whatever
thanks so
you're
much
doing
for the support on the project. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you.
All right,
Have a
buddy.
great night, guys.
We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon, buddy.
Greg DiFilippo wants to know.
Don't care. I got to pee in my pants. Don't worry, Mike at PeteGovsRadio.com. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to Govs Radio, internet radio versus whatever that alien shit is. Whose idea was this anyway?
Govs Radio.
You're listening to The Wort on Govs Radio.
Hey, moron, it's pronounced the Wort.
What the hell is a wort?
It's pronounced the Wort.
What is it? The wort? Yeah, okay, I'll do that again. This is The Wort on Govs Radio.
It is the Wort, not warts, not forts, Not short, the Wort.
I'm sorry, I just don't know what that means. When do you guys start drinking?
Who says we haven't been drinking?
Where's mine? If I say it correctly this time, can I have a drink?
We'll think about it.
You're listening to The Wort on Govs Radio.
Hey-oh, it's The Wort, Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. We are live here with lots of people in the studio, lots of stuff going on. Phone calls coming in, 516-465-3990, 516-513-0515. Call in to get AC Beer Fest tickets. And yes, Max McGill has been supplying us with the music in between all of our segments. Max McGill, part of the Deep End, actually is the brains and brawn of the Deep End, a local band here on Long Island. So thanks again, Max. He just sent me a message saying that he got a message about us copywriting the shit out of his music, and I told him I was doing it, so he approved it. So at least we have music that won't be Spotify and YouTube. Yeah, well, it's a personal band, so...
After you rudely interrupted me, I wanted to let you know that Joe Abruzio Jr. said that Pete's hot, and he wants to know if he's single.
Yes.
Greg DiFilippo wants to know if Michelle is single.
Well, you had to understand, I was filling up to my left eyeball with piss, so I had to go.
Joe Stars wants to know...
If anyone watched online, I ran out of here.
Joe Stars wants to know if Steve Perminsky is single.
That might be true. Hold on, I got you. This is 7 mics. I just put up 1 through 6. Gab, what were you saying after you what?
The magic.
I didn't have your
and Steve Wynn wants to know if Doug is single. Just so you know.
Steve Wynn, part of the Hopwins Brew. They're opening soon, March 21st.
I cannot wait to hang out there, and not with you guys.
Oh, that's nice.
We have to go.
Such a good set. I'll go.
I'll go too.
At night, but we have to go. Yeah.
I have the same thing at night.
I know. You and I will be at the same thing at night.
Also, you guys can invite me if you'd like.
Steve, can I go with you? Just me and you start
I would
hanging
just
out?
figure you're going to be there.
I have nothing else to do.
That's true.
I'll start hanging out with you, Steve. Fuck these two. It'll be the work.
Oh, there it is again.
It'll be the work of Steve and Graz.
There you go. Well, no, listen, we're going to go over to Hopwins and say hello. They came on very early on, almost over a year ago now, and we're part of the revolution of what's going to happen in that area. So you got, of course, Great South Bay. You have Dubco in Bayshore. You have
they're right next door to the Brewers Collective.
Brewers Collective right next door, and of course now them. So it's now on Ghost. Of course, now you're putting together this nice little hub.
Ghost. My boy.
Hey, Scott Flug from Republic Bar in Main Street says hello.
Hi, Scott.
Flugs.
Scott.
Absolutely.
Love the Scotty Flug.
Nice.
You know Scotty? He wants to be a comedian. Steve.
Really?
Yes. He told me that.
Dude, comedy college. That's probably the way to go, right? College. Just at least to go there and get some chops and get people like
you get to get on stage every single time you come in for class, and then you have a show.
Yeah.
At the end where you get all your family and friends and other people's family and friends show up. It's a good time.
And you really get that experience, which is
it's a real bad time if you're not.
No, that's not true. I've been lucky to get guys that have bombed, too. I've got like a guy named Jeff Bosey and Charles Myers.
No, it's bad for them.
Yeah, Mike
that's what
Zimmerman.
I'm saying.
But no, I have
awesome for us to watch it crash and burn.
Crash and burn.
Yeah, I love it.
Go kill yourself.
I love making fun of them. Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Sorry, they're really loud.
I tell them to shoot themselves all the time.
It's got to be liberating in a sense, though, too. Like just to do that poorly and there's nowhere but up, right?
Right,
I mean, after
I guess, yeah.
I could never do that.
Yeah,
well,
it's a tough one, right?
I could totally
The
do
worst,
that.
you wanna be on
the
a
worst
limo
gig
talk
I ever
show?
did
Yes.
was at Laugh Factory. That's how long ago this was. Wow. So I'm at the Laugh Factory, and I get on stage, and as I'm looking around, I'm dressed exactly as the staff is. I'm wearing this blue long sleeve, same exact color that they wore.
You think you're going to get up there and announce the drink
I'm just
special.
and so I got up there. I'm like, your order will be out in a few minutes. I'm sorry I didn't get your drinks. I was like, why didn't anybody tell me there was a dress code?
That's perfect.
Everyone was.
And then I was like this.
That's Mike Nicolia.
Yeah, exactly. This is wow. I feel really loud in my headphones.
The best advice I got in high
go.
school when you have to give those presentations in class, and a friend of mine was like, do you pay attention when anyone else is talking? I'm like, of course not. He's like, no one gives a shit what you have to say either. I'm like,
Okay.
That's very liberating. I don't have to.
Makes
Unless you
sense.
slip a word in there that like, and in 1846, suck a dick.
No one's paying attention.
Brother
No
Joshua goes, what was that?
Yeah,
What was that?
right.
Yeah, Kai went saying this.
Who gave me this Satan's Kingdom?
I did you.
It is so good.
Ooh.
I'm glad you like it.
I want to try that, but that extra special bitter was not what I was expecting.
Is this
that
it right
bitter
here?
was
It's
good, Michelle.
terrific.
I liked it.
Nice.
Michelle, I liked your bitter.
Oh, that's not my
it's
bitter.
not ours.
Whose bitter was it?
That was Doug's. That was Doug from
Doug,
Eastern Front.
Doug, you got awesome bitters, baby.
Thank you.
Dougie Summers.
Yeah, that wasn't what
I am bitter.
You got a
Dougie
great,
Summers.
yeah, you are bitter, Doug. A little
I thought
bit.
you were smooth,
I
Doug.
gotta drink yourself a personality,
can
Doug.
be.
I can do that.
He's fine, dude.
I like him a lot.
He did a great
He's
job.
got great bitters.
He does. And a great brew. What do you have coming up, Doug? What's the I know you said you're putting that 10 barrel in. What's the timeline for that first?
It'll be up and running before the month is over.
Wow.
Excellent.
So it's really right there.
It's been sitting there looking at me for
Now,
6 months. Well,
What are you going to fill it up with first?
I was going to say, what's the first thing you're going to do in that?
Pot.
beer.
Actually, yeah, beer. Actually, I'm going to fill it with water and test it.
There you go. Yeah, if it leaks.
It doesn't leak. Oh, crap.
It'll leak.
Yeah. I guess you should have paid
Water,
attention in
maybe a
class.
little bit of soapy solution.
Actually, the first would probably be red.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be going so fast now. I need to be making more of that.
How long would that process take?
Which
Is
The
it an
red.
ale or a lager?
it's an ale.
Okay. So it's 5 weeks, 6 weeks?
No, that I get.
3?
Go quick?
Yeah. The lagers take me 5-6 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the ales, yeah.
Now, would that then drop you out of the, let's say, St. Patrick's Day theme? Do you think that's something you're trying to align with, or it doesn't matter what time of year it is, that red
No,
selling?
it seems to be popular.
So that's going to be like
year-round.
a year-round.
It is.
That's
I mean,
great.
yeah. I was very surprised that it, did as well as it did.
It's,
Right.
you know what?
doing
It's
that.
it's very approachable for many people. It's not bitter. It's not too sweet. It's not overly hoppy. Right down the middle of the road. So somebody that's not a big beer fan,
And it's also not something like a Hefeweizen or
That's right. It's not you.
or
It's not
golden
where it has
ale.
a unique yeast profile. It doesn't have things that stand out that might, people might be like standoffish with. It's very easy drinking. Very easy drinking.
Doug, what did you do before this? Before beer?
What do I still do?
Oh, yeah, what do you still
my
do?
day
You strike me
job?
as an accountant
There you
or,
go.
or,
No.
or a warehouse
I'm,
manager.
He works for the
Warehouse
fan.
manager.
What an odd.
I work at Circle K. No, actually,
What a reference that is.
I don't know what a
He strikes me as an
actually,
accountant
the new
or a
Bill and
warehouse
Ted movie's
manager.
coming out this year.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for that for 20 years. But I'm a boat mechanic by day.
Really?
Oh.
Hence being able to
Doug.
make your own brewing vessels.
Yeah, and I'm an electrical engineer by education, so I build all my own.
Oh, you're like a
electronics
stuffy
and
rich guy
gadgets.
that's just fucking doing this on the side.
Stuffy rich guy. You mean he's
rich
just
guy,
very
oh my God.
skilled?
You got a yacht and a fucking house
Kevin
in the
from
Hamptons.
Flying Belgian, also an electrical engineer by trade, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, correct.
Okay, I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but yeah.
Yeah, he built that whole box himself.
Doug, you want to adopt any kids?
Are they rich?
No, but they're drunk and fat, so they're
Now
all-
you built your own brew house. What about the fermenters and?
Actually, that's the only thing now that I'm actually going to lease is fermenters because I don't feel like making 10-gallon jacketed fermenters.
There you go. Because that would be.
You should smell
a bit-
this room.
That
with
would
the
it would
ferment-
actually be a fun project, but I just don't have the time. But I am making my own glycol chiller and all the other stuff
cool.
that goes with it. I make my own
Jesus.
refrigerators.
That's so
How many
cool.
hours, like, how many
not
hours
enough
do you have in
hours.
in
There's
equipment?
not-
To manufacture that equipment, like, how much time invested is that?
I've never really kept track of it, because I just, I do my day job, then I go and I make beer and I fill in at the tap room when I need to, and then when I have time left over, I work on the other stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm in the middle of building a
And
bottling
then says
machine
hi to
and
his
a canning
girlfriend
machine.
as he
What
walks
time do you
out.
finish?
Yes,
Doug?
yes, I'm
Doug,
walking in the house as she walks
What
out.
time do you finish usually? What's your do you have a 9 to 5 or you have your own hours?
Yeah, no, I have a 9 to 5 job, and then I go down and work at the brewery. And I'm not young anymore, so I can't be doing that 11 o'clock at night
Yeah.
crap. You know what I mean? By 9 o'clock, I need to be home, laying down with the remote
Enjoying
in
the
hand.
beer.
Yeah.
Hand in your pants, watching
No, but
the
I can't even.
Rangers.
I don't even drink during the week because it's like now that you get old, it's like, I can either drink beer or eat, otherwise I get fat, or my cardiologist will say, well, you can't drink this, you can't do that. So now that you really enjoy doing this stuff, you're not allowed to anymore. So weekend, all bets are off.
There you go.
Right.
But
There you go.
during the week, it's either eat or drink.
You're being very good. That takes a lot of willpower. Something I don't have right now.
So basically, what you're saying is you're a blast on the weekends.
I know.
You're a blast on the weekends, right?
Oh yeah.
Say that a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
there it is.
All right.
There it is.
So, what do you think of all these new styles?
Slightly
So, like you
aroused.
mentioned, in a past life, while you were in Germany, you'd gotten exposed to all these really good old world beer styles, and that seems to be what influences your brewing.
Those are the beers that I like the most. I like the old traditional styles, and I'm actually looking forward to making some beers that probably are not going to sell at all. But
now, what style do you think that everyone's missing out on? Like, so hazy IPAs, sour stouts, those are
smoked beer.
There you
Rauch
go.
beer.
Nobody, you know what I mean?
What's smoked beer? What's smoked
Oh my God,
beer?
it's freaking delicious.
What is it?
Well, they take the grain and they smoke it, and then you just make it like you would a regular beer.
God,
And
I love
I tried that
things.
one from Blue Point, the Dragonflies of Matches, I think, or something like that. They released a Rauch beer over the summer, and I was it was good, but unimpressed by the level of like smoky flavor. I was
One of the best is from Blind Bat. He does the Hell Smoke Porter.
Oh yes, I've seen that.
It is like drinking liquid kielbasa.
Yeah.
It is
I know.
so freaking good. He uses apple wood to smoke his grains, and then he's brewed that beer for quite a while. It is phenomenal, and it's a true tradition of Rauch beer.
Mike,
If
have
you
I
like,
have I ever
was
tried
from,
that, Mike?
Barrier.
No, I haven't had
Have
that
you
one
tried
yet.
smoky beer yet?
I've seen it, but I haven't. No, not the Blind Bat one.
We haven't tried. I don't know
What's
if I
that?
tried
What's
it.
that one from Barrier? The it's like a sea monster name or something.
Sea monster. No, I'm
Octopussy.
No.
Sigmund.
All right.
Sigmund
Well,
the
you're
sea
pretty
monster?
close with the sea monster thing. If you like smoked meats, give us a call 516-465-2990.
If you like to smoke my meats,
There you go.
There it is.
Or if you like to smoke
That was
Graz's meats,
predictable, Graz.
that number is 516-513-0515. You can also win tickets to the New Jersey AC Beer Fest, April 3rd.
Nobody's calling in.
I understand.
Yes, yes.
No, well, we had a
That's
couple
the-
of calls, but
Yeah.
Can I
At
answer
the
a
same
question and try to
time,
win tickets?
We need more.
everyone,
I don't have my cheat
You're
sheet in front of
eligible.
me anymore, so.
don't steal it and bring it. No, we're gonna. If we don't give them away tonight, we have another show
one more
coming up.
show.
We have another show, so no big deal.
We'll give you a photocopy.
I wanted. That's why I started tonight. True.
Doug, I'll go with you.
in with
Me
my
and you.
voice. Hi, yeah, this is Doug. Not the same Doug,
Well, I
So-
was
so-
surprised Pat's wife didn't call back, or Pat's whoever
Oh
it was.
yeah, his girlfriend.
His
he
girlfriend
said.
was supposed to call.
She knows all that crap.
That's right.
What he said. So,
That crap.
right?
All of the crafts.
All the crap.
But
So
the difference
smoked
is New
beers-
Jersey people.
What else do you think is
Schwarzbier.
love that style?
And the one that I actually want to make, which I know is going to go over like a Led Zeppelin, is something called Mum. It's a beer they made like in 1200.
Yep.
3-hour boil.
Yeah.
Is that a lot?
Oh yeah,
I'm stupid.
It's a super bitter, syrupy, strong beer.
Is it low and slow, or do you're boiling at the same temperature?
Oh no, you're definitely cranking away because one of the
Trying to burn
trademark
off a lot
things
of
that
that.
I've read about is it's thick, which normally I don't tend to like. Like some imperials tend to be a little too, but I don't know. I just
So what about the 3-hour boil? Like other than making the beer more viscous, I guess
it'll make
maybe?
more viscous, and it'll make it incredibly bitter because if you have hops floating around there for 3 hours,
got
it's
it.
going to you know what I mean extract as much of the.
By the way, you guys all lost out on having more of the ESB. I'm going to finish off the ESB. Then I'm going to have a shot.
Are you like a mad
beers this
scientist,
summer.
Doug? Do you sit there and try to create different things?
My girlfriend says that of me, yes.
So you are like a mad scientist. You sit there on a Saturday and say, "Let's put this together."
Yeah, but I think everybody else who likes to make beer does the exact same thing.
So
right? It's-
I'm getting a
Bill
feel that
Nye
you
the
might
Science
be,
Guy.
You might be going more towards the German style beers like box, double box throughout the year. I'm not saying constantly.
Yeah, I love a lot of the English styles too.
Okay.
Czech Pilsner, which is actually the first beer I was going to make when I was home brewing. I love Pilsner Urquell. It's like my favorite summer beer. And I was like, oh, well, I'll make that as my first homebrew beer. I'm like, well, why do I want to do that when I can go buy a 6-pack? So I just shot from the hip from then and came up with my own stuff and just went from there.
Pete, give
Any
him the list.
Hefeweizens?
I love Hefe.
I know, man.
Von Stefan
Doug.
is
A real,
like the
oh my
best.
God.
Doug, get
That
the
was
questions. Get
probably
the
one of the
questions so
best
you and I
beers.
go to the AC Fest.
Okay.
All right? I'll go with you. I'll beat you on the LIE. We'll go. I'm in Farmingdale. You're in Mattiuck.
I think the
Get
answer
the questions.
is cats.
Yes. Cats. On a leash. They have to be on a leash, though. Which makes it awkward and loud in there. Yeah, she's choking it, dragging it inside. Well, anyone that was thinking about calling in, it's getting too late right now for New Jersey people to be up and about. So whoever did that,
because the time zone,
with the curfew,
the time zone,
Yes.
the curfew,
and the martial law,
martial law,
especially Jersey.
It's 10:43.
Yeah.
I told people that they have about a half an hour left about 20 minutes ago. So, if you have your YouTube on or your Facebook on or your govsradio.com on, your last chance to give us a call tonight, 516-465-3990. Answer 3 questions about New Jersey breweries. You can have your phone out in front of you. You just got to be quicker. And then, of course, answer these correct, and you will win 2 tickets to AC Beer Fest, April 3rd, Newfound Glory, early November. And, of course, I think it's somewhere over 55 New Jersey breweries going to be there, as well as a lot of out-of-state breweries. Long Island is going to be there.
Yes, we will.
So you can come and drink. Do you know what you're pouring out on that festival yet?
I honestly have no idea yet.
Do they have to listen to Newfound Glory if they go?
Most breweries don't know to the week leading up. They're like,
Just see what they have.
What do we
the
got?
most of?
What do we have the most of, and what do we want to push?
Right. Well, that's true. Yeah, it's a marketing thing too. Why else would you be doing it? And that I never really got the inside track for you guys on exactly the marketing plan for Brewfest. So is it something? Because I know, like for us media people, we have our fees waived. Is there a fee to get into Brewfest to be pouring?
Yes, some no. Great American Beer Festival, I want to say it's like $200 and something.
And that's it. That's not bad.
Yeah, but you're also giving away the beer.
Right, and you got to ship it.
You got to ship it,
and you got to pay people to be there.
You got a hotel
unless
room.
you're doing it. Yeah, there's some overhead.
You have to register your brewery,
right?
So that's another $300.
Another fee, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What is what about local ones here?
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
good.
Well, here's the thing: local ones.
Yeah.
If they charge you, then you're not going to go.
Right. Right.
And they need you. So.
Joe.
What is it? Oh, this is the word with Mike at PeteGovsRadio.com. Who do we got on the phone? Did he hang up?
They hung up.
Oh,
Joe.
God, Joe,
Talking
call
in the
back.
background.
Fucking balls. He'll call back. There it is.
There we go.
Is that Joe? It's
Hey,
the word with Mike
handsome.
and Pete. I don't need any introduction, but who is this?
This is Joe Staz.
Joe's dad?
From Joe Staz. From Del
Oh,
I
thought it was Joe Abruzzo.
I thought it was Joe
I
Abruzzo,
think
too.
He was on the line before.
Hey, Joe. Where are you calling from?
Delray Beach.
Delray Beach, Florida?
Shit.
That's right.
Wow.
He's the guy that wants to come on a fucking minor league beer
Oh,
tour.
so you... Joe, how did you hear about the show? Let's start
he
there.
likes my show.
I don't care.
Let's
Why?
see. Facebook?
Yeah. Okay, Facebook. So on the govsradio.com
Joe, you
Facebook
could have said
page.
limo talk, you prick.
Let me talk to him. You talk to him all the time. So Facebook, Govs Radio, so I appreciate you calling in. Let me ask you a question before I ask some questions to you. Would you be able to get to New Jersey on April 3rd?
Actually, no, because I'm in Delray.
All right. Yeah, no, I figured. I figured you weren't going to make the trek up for a beer fest. What?
Oh, here we go.
Well, I'm not going to ask him questions.
Here we
He's
go.
working the angles right now.
I'm working your angles. Stop trying to win the tickets.
Why? If I win the fucking
You're
tickets,
not
now I got
gonna-
3 people go down there.
All right, wait. Okay, let's.
Yeah,
We'll give him one question.
All right.
What is the curfew in Jersey?
And go.
10 o'clock.
Yeah. That means everyone's indoors. Actually, I'll ask you a question because some of these questions will repeat themselves the next show for people. Here's a quick question for you. You ready? And you, more than likely, you're going to have your phone either on you or in front of you or a computer. So here it is. According to historical records found in New Jersey, what town was the first brewery in New Jersey established?
I totally forgot.
Oh, good one.
Which one?
I'm taking a guess. Passaic.
Passaic. Passaic is in the county, isn't it? Passaic County?
And
Yeah.
you would be so wrong.
And unfortunately, that is a incorrect answer. That is incorrect. So I just threw out a nice little question for everyone listening. In the future for next show, they have now 5 of the questions that we're going to ask available to them. So if they get those 5 questions, or at least 3 of those 5 questions asked to them, they can win tickets to AC Beer Fest next week on March 24th. Is that our next show? Where we have Rob Raffer from Uber Geek in.
Oh, yes.
Amazing.
Yeah. Rob said, let's do it. And then he's going to bring in, he said he wanted to bring in some industry people. So I said, whoever the hell you want to bring in, you bring them down. I don't care if it's your dog.
Joe,
bring
do
it.
you have a
Bring the
question
freaking
for
dog
the
down.
show?
Whoa, can we bring dogs?
You're allowed to bring a dog. Just, you can't have it,
But no
shitting
cats
in the
on
hallway.
collars.
Joe, do you have a question?
No
for,
cats.
You have a
No
question
cats.
for Sheila? You have a question for
No.
Sheila or Michelle?
Wait. All right. So, sorry. Joe, I'm sorry. I had you turned down. Joe,
Thanks.
So you're watching the show tonight. Any questions for our panel? Sheila from Long Island and Michelle from North Fork, both part of the Lady Brewsters. We have Doug from Eastern Front, and
AKA
of course
Steve Summers.
And as you know, I got tired and got nothing. And we got Steve from Barrage, and we got Graz in there. So go ahead.
Actually, the 2 ladies over there, they seem quiet.
The 2 ladies over there.
The 2 youths.
The 2 youths.
It's a tough room,
They're
you
very
know?
quiet over there. I mean, seriously.
Have they?
No, they've been good. They've
They're
been.
just
talking
afraid
along.
about walking out of here in the dark with the broken
Me being in the back, they're very
Parking lot, you know.
Been
CD parking lot.
We have 6 strapping young lads here that can walk them to their cars. They'll be fine, Joe.
Oh, okay.
But thank you, though.
Have you been to any breweries down by you in Delray?
No, actually, no. I'm thinking about going to one. I'm going to go look it up and find one.
Do me a favor. If you go onto your Google Maps app and just type in breweries, and it'll say breweries near me, and you go, fuck yeah. And then you just look at where all the dots are, and you go to those dots.
Go to the dots.
Yes.
And those dots are usually pretty good, trust me. From what we've experienced, the craft beer scene up here on Long Island, in New York, and New Jersey, and even Florida I've been down to. I've been upstate, I've been in Massachusetts, I've been in Connecticut. The brewery scenes everywhere are really fucking cool. And it's one of those things where once you do it a few times, like I said, I got my in-laws into it. You start going on your own and going, well, where can I go now? It's like a thing. It's a thing to do. It's a fun thing to do.
Pete, the buzz hit him. You see that, right? The buzz hit him a little bit, Pete? You see that?
Who?
The buzz, Mike.
What the fuck is he talking?
I have no idea.
Okay. So, Joe, who's your favorite baseball team?
Mets.
There you go. Is that why you like them?
I hope Saberhagen breaks his arm. No, I'm kidding.
Saberhagen.
I used to play at Brett Saberhagen's arcade in fucking West Babylon.
Yeah.
Saberhagen. He's at home going, what the fuck? My arm's killing me.
Let me coach another year at the Ducks. Son of a bitch.
God damn.
What else you got to add to the show? Any other questions for anybody here?
No, I'm good.
All right. So thanks a lot
Hey,
for calling
Joe,
in, Joe.
thanks for calling in.
Thanks for calling in.
Enjoy Delray
welcome.
Beach.
Yeah.
Joe, what's the weather in Delray Beach right now?
Joe.
Right now, it's
You'll never know.
Oh.
It's probably
you,
beautiful.
Joe.
It's probably beautiful.
Right now it's dark.
No, I'm just-
And they're under martial law, too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, be careful. Those
Are they?
Floridians.
Why?
Okay.
Really?
No, not yet.
Now
but
somebody's
soon,
trying
I
to
heard.
eat somebody else's face or something.
Yes.
Wait, what? No, the coronavirus is trying to eat his face.
You know, the bath
Down
salts.
in Tampa. Yeah, be careful in
salts.
Tampa.
All about the
down
bath
there.
salts.
Bath salts. I'm just kidding, Joe. You still there?
Oh, no,
Bye-bye.
I hung up.
Okay, no, I
Oh, no.
shit.
Oh,
I was
no.
gonna
Fuck
put
him
him back
Muted
on.
him. I thought we were done.
I gave him the axe.
Joe Abruzio's trying to call too.
He's
Is
calling
he?
in.
Hi,
No, he's going to
Joe.
call in a minute. He's usually a good talk. Doug, what do we have coming up with the brewery? Like I said, I know I've always, but we keep getting interrupted. So you have your 10-barrel system coming in. You're going to lease out fermenters. Yeah, I even pay attention. Kind of what are the Irish is the red is probably going to go in there first. But then what do you have bigger plans beyond that?
Well, the Miami Vice will be coming back. That's our summer beer.
Ooh, and what is that?
It is it's a wheat beer, but I don't call it a wheat beer because people expect banana cloves, and it's not. It's I call it a wheat ale with tangerine, coriander, and honey malt.
Okay.
So it's the beer you drink when you're sitting down at the beach.
I fucking love you.
Doesn't Spider-Man have a beer by the same name?
That's Spider Vice.
I've heard
Spider Vice.
That's Spider Vice. And with a head
with the fucking can art. Okay.
Yep.
Right,
with Larry and
yes. Okay.
Can I ask Pominski and Doug a question, please?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, this is my last question because I'm going to be leaving soon.
Oh.
Doug,
Yes,
what's
sir.
the perfect food for one of your beers? Like you know, like one of your beers you put out, you know, there's a perfect steak or lobster or scallops or shrimp.
Scallops.
Or,
Well, with my stout steak,
Who's feeling
for
the buzz
sure,
now?
an elbow room marinated steak,
Oh, yeah.
filet, medium.
touching myself right now.
Filet?
Yeah, their filet is really good. It's either the shell is actually pretty good too. The T-bone is not so much thing, but
with the char on the outside, so good.
Steve,
and
how
you
about
can fry
you?
it.
He's getting deeper and deeper.
Steve, what about you, Steve?
well, obviously with me it would have been a salt and fudgery with a wonderful brownie chocolate.
Fucking ice cream sundae.
Yeah,
kinda,
fudgy with sea salt sprinkled on it.
That stout that you had from Trillium.
Which is
No, the one you drank first.
Oh,
the
which
first
is
one.
fantastic.
I paired that up with a Tres Leches in their restaurant.
What's
at
a Tres
Four
Leches?
Point. It's wet
milks?
cake. It's wet cake.
So good.
I love. Ooh.
Is it beer or is it food?
No, it's food. It's
Okay.
it's a cake, but it's very wet, moist cake,
Yeah.
Okay.
and it has it's like on the brink of tiramisu and almost a pudding, but
never
yet
had
it
that.
still has the bread. You got it, dude. I love wet cake. I don't like regular birthday cake. I just like really.
there's been
Are we just gonna leave
wet
that one
meat
there, or
Sheila, just so you know, I kept my mouth shut.
Thank you.
I had
That is
another
so
one,
unpredictable.
and I backed off of that one real quick.
That means you must- you must
Even
like
I
rum
turned
cake.
my head
Yeah.
at that
Right,
one. I was
Michelle
like,
was like, "Oh, here comes Graz."
wetter.
Oh yeah. I mean, a rum cake to me is a sponge cake
love
that
rum
has
cake.
so much rum in it
Love
that
rum
it
cake.
won't hold anymore.
Right.
Yes.
It's
It's like a
dripping
freaking
out.
super
Yeah,
saturated
I agree.
with rum.
Yeah,
So
some
that's-
cakes just get
Same
drunk
thing.
eating.
It has that same feel. It's like a little spongy, but then it's holding on to all this moisture. And as you cut through it, a little bit of that comes out, and then that mixed with that. Oh, that was such a good combination. That's why I took a 4-pack home. I'm like,
I like lobster.
What
Doug,
is
Me
it?
too.
Doug,
What-
I
what
like
is that?
lobster.
Who
What
doesn't?
would you out of all your beers? What would you put with lobster? Come on, Doug.
I'm thinking.
Me, you,
Come on,
some
Doug.
lobster.
I would say like a
We're on our
golden
way to
ale
the
or-
AC
Yes,
Beer
that's what I would
Fest.
say.
Yeah.
Right? I pick you up in Farm. I pick you up. You
blonde.
pick
I wasn't
me up from
expecting
Mattiuck
that.
to
I didn't even
Farmingdale.
read it. Fuck me. I didn't even read this. By the way, we're
I'm
drinking
thinking
Carton.
Dunkelweizenbach.
There we go.
Yeah, we're drinking
That's a
Carton.
German.
Another great New Jersey brewery
Yeah.
that was down there
It's-
last year, but it won't be there
It's
this
a
year.
Bach beer.
Hold
It's
on,
a weak
Mike.
Bach beer.
Oh, sorry.
It's
Go to the
not
phone.
really dark. And it's a little on the strong side, but I think it would go with lobster.
That's the one.
Or
where,
I
yeah.
should say that's what I would have with lobster.
Sorry, I was exclaiming that Carton does some great stuff. I've been to the brewery
Somebody's on
a
the
couple
phone.
of times.
What
I know
is
he's on the phone. Give me a second. And it's a 10% nitro Willet waffle. It's a pastry cream ale. And I sipped it thinking, or I didn't sip it. I gulped it
Pastry
thinking
cream
it
ale?
was.
Pastry cream ale.
syrup.
Hey, you
10%.
can tell him that he can
Tastes
finish
like
the rest of that
syrup.
just to get the taste. There's a little bit left there.
Oh, no, I got some. I was
he
just
Oh, you did?
has
All
some,
right.
yes.
Yeah, it's just it's
Pastry
such an
cream ale, yeah.
unusual-
All right, so we're at MikeyPicosRadio.com. Who do we get on the phone?
Joe.
Joe.
What's up, handsome?
Hi, ladies. And
What
I'm
up?
Sheila and Michelle.
Hi.
Who don't you know,
How's it
Joe?
going?
I know everybody.
I know you do.
have you met me before?
You are
He
the most
really does know everyone.
cordial gentleman who's not a beer brewer on Long Island.
And even
who
likes
knows
me.
everybody.
Oh, and speaking of assault and fudgery,
Yeah.
I just want everyone to know I got the last pour at Barrage.
Yes. The last possible one before
The
they
literal
kicked down
literal
the
last
closing,
pour.
right?
I
Yes,
love
closing
that
day.
beer.
It was one of those, like we said, one of those bittersweet days, but yet now we get Steve all the time, and that's what matters to us. We get the personality.
How's everyone doing tonight?
We're doing good.
Joey's got my
Great.
stool too.
Huh?
Yeah, I got the
Stool
nutsack
sample?
stool.
A lot of people got your stool.
What?
Stool.
You gotta
Joey's
say a
got
little
my
more
bowl
than
stool.
Joey's got his ass,
That's
his
classic.
stool.
Joey's
Yes.
got my bowl stool.
There you go.
That's much
Brazil.
better than
It
I
was
thought.
alive and well in the meadery.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's there, right?
Abruzio.
Yes.
Yes.
It's Graz.
here.
How are you? I'm leaving.
Why?
Why? Because Michael wants.
Bedtime, you old bastard.
No, I got to go pick up a customer. I'm 3 drinks in. No, I'm kidding.
Wait. 100% honesty. Our scheduled time is only to 11 o'clock.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we get 3 minutes before we go out on Facebook, Instagram, and our homepage. That doesn't mean we're going to stop. We continue recording. And in fact, I did this on purpose now, Graz, to now have extra content that people may have missed.
They want to watch.
After 11 o'clock, they want to watch.
You're a brilliant genius.
That's how we
genius.
do.
And by the way,
Brilliant
Pete,
genius.
Pete is
Maybe
so
even a
hot.
stable
Pete,
genius.
you are so
Maybe.
hot tonight. You're turning me on, just so you know. I'll have kids with you, Pete.
I have enough. Thank you
Hey,
very
Joe,
much.
what's your most recent collaboration?
Oh, we just did. We're doing a peanut butter and jelly cream ale.
Oh, it's second
with
time,
the-
right?
With the guys in Secatog. Yeah, we brewed it last Wednesday. Those guys are maniacs.
I could tell by the rapid fire Nerf gun that they shot right in your a-hole.
Dude, they have a fully automatic 100-round Nerf gun. That thing is fucking awesome.
Apparently, it doesn't cost very much to buy that at Target.
No, it's like $100.
Yeah.
It's not that cheap.
No, well, it's
I
not
mean-
that bad. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I wish we could show that, but Graz just dropped the can and it landed perfectly.
Oh.
It's pretty amazing. We're not going to move that.
No.
No.
That was cool.
Joe, so this peanut butter and jelly, tell us a little bit about it.
They have a cream ale recipe.
Okay.
That I really liked, and I thought it'd be a good base. And we just released a great session mead. So we just said, fuck it, let's make a peanut butter and jelly cream ale, because I don't know if anyone's ever done that.
I don't know of any. Do you guys know of any?
No.
Cream ale.
We just had some ridiculous ideas. We were drinking one day.
That's where the best
Oh,
ideas
what
come
a
from.
surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, this started at the Brewers Collective Cast Fest, and we were drinking heavily. And we're
Congratulations
like,
on the win, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
And we're like,
congratulations,
let's do
Joe.
something
Way to
ridiculous.
take it home, Joey.
Yep.
So we started something ridiculous, and that's kind of like what we came up with when we were drinking.
I love it.
And so what?
By
give
the way,
me,
ladies,
give me
is
the
any more of your beer floating around somewhere? I need to try.
I mean,
at the
tap
breweries,
rooms, yeah.
yes.
Actually, there's another
out.
growler here. If you don't mind, I live
so
in
far
Lindenhurst.
away.
I can
I
drop
know,
it
but
off
I
to
come
Joe
out
if
to
you
you,
like.
though.
I'll take it to Joe tomorrow. Joe, wait, are you at the meadery tomorrow?
I'll be around. Yeah, I'll be around almost all day tomorrow.
All day? I could
All day.
if
When
they,
does
if they
your
agree
new
to it.
tasting room open?
The taste room is not moving.
No, it's
We're
their
That's a
actually-
production
Oh,
facility,
production.
right?
It's
Oh,
moving.
Yeah,
okay.
we should be solely production right now.
But now they'll be able to
Amazing.
expand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
it's gonna be awesome.
Are you
So
hosting
we basically
Taekwondo
just
classes
ordered-
there?
Yes.
still, or-
I'm sorry.
Are there going to be Taekwondo classes still there, or?
Yes.
Nice. Yes. Full
Joe-
mirror.
Joe's going to be in a
So when you
gi
guys
leading
come
the
in,
class.
I'll put you all in chokehold.
Love it. I love it.
Joe's a
And then
green
if
belt
you ever
with
hung out with Steve when we drank a lot. Steve choked everyone and ninja kicked everyone. So Steve will be our head instructor.
It sounds on brand.
yeah. That's about right.
So tell us
Steve,
about the
any
new production
comments?
space, Joe.
I got nothing to say.
Okay.
We're ramping up production on our draft on the draft side.
Okay.
So we currently just ordered 3 10-barrel unitanks to make mead.
Very nice.
And so what's the turnaround process on that?
Probably. I mean, with these, it'll probably be 4 to 5 weeks. I'm thinking.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
Is this like
No,
a
it's too
crazy
bad.
permitting
It's
process to
similar
get
to
like
your
the
stuff.
original business open, or is this because it's operating under the same license? Is it just construction time?
It's just construction. So all we have to do is add an additional production facility to our license.
Okay.
So it's not that much work. It's just same license. We just have to add more to the license.
And you're not wrapped up in all the beer stuff. You're basically dealing with wine, right? I mean, it's not as hard
Right.
to do
Yeah.
it that way.
Actually, we have to do more work than the breweries do. We have to submit everything.
Oh, stop it.
I'm sure the town is thrilled though to have another empty storefront.
Oh, they
not
love
be
it.
empty,
They love the fact that
right?
we're taking our space.
Yeah.
They are
course they
100%
do.
on our side.
I think
You're
I
like,
saw
great. You're taking
the
an-
town
you're
mayor
taking another space
in his
in the
car.
village?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. I can't wait to be able to get more distribution and we haven't even explored those channels yet because the couple kegs we do from each batch that go out are
Yeah.
pretty much spoken for before they're done. And I have I don't want to ask someone, hey, you want a keg, and then you can't have a keg for 5 weeks or 6 weeks.
Right. Yeah.
So is this in addition to the production space at the current meadery, or is this replacing entirely? and
It's replacing it.
most of that equipment's going over.
Awesome.
We'll make tasting room a bit bigger, and
That's
we're
great.
we're gonna do small batch experimental stuff. Because I oftentimes have ridiculous ideas. Roger thinks I'm insane.
Surprise.
No way.
Surprise.
No way, Joe.
Obviously. And so I'm gonna be allowed to do like 20-gallon batches of stuff. Like I'm gonna throw shit against the wall and see if any of it sticks.
Just for the tasting room kind of stuff,
that I
right?
don't want to throw a lot of money at first.
Right, it's
I
like
might
your
even-
own personal market research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I have a few really good ideas.
How much square How much square footage is the new place?
2,500.
That's big. That's nice.
So
That's good size.
It's more than double the size of our total space now with our tasting room.
And that's just production.
Amazing.
You can
That's
increase
awesome.
the
Just
tasting room
production
probably
at this moment in
50%,
time.
right?
I'm sorry?
You could increase the size of the tasting room probably by 50%. Still keep your
Yeah,
bad
we're
shit.
probably going to add another 20,
space.
25, like another 3 or 4, probably 200 or 300 square feet. Because
There you
we still need the space for storage. We're going to put a walk-in
yeah.
box in there. We're going to make it
Right.
more efficient too, which it's not a very efficient space at the moment. I might be able to try my first sour mead too once I get all that stuff out of the
Wow, I like the idea of that.
Tell me more.
I'm doing some research. I'm trying to figure out how I want to try to kettle sour a mead, and I have some ideas on how to do it.
Huh.
I got a few ideas.
He's got a
on my
lot of
plate.
ideas.
Talk about mad scientist talk. This guy is just in there going, I got ideas. Where are the ideas?
I gotta do stuff.
I gotta find
Things to do.
This thing's
Figure
figure
it
it
out.
out. Done. This is why we love Joe. This is why everyone fucking loves Joe.
Yeah, ideas. I wouldn't call them tricks because I'm not sure if any of them are going to work yet.
But that's part of the fun, is it not? This is the reason why you do it, right?
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Hey, Joey, did you wind up using my peanut butter goodness I gave you?
We threw some in. We had a little bit left over of the banana mead. We threw a little bit in, and we have a few things. We we want to attempt with it. If you want to come by tomorrow and taste it, I actually haven't tasted it yet since we put the yada goodness in the banana mead.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Nice.
Yeah, wait, what? You're making banana. You're making banana split meads?
Well, that sounds
Well,
yummy.
we have a banana cream pie inspired mead right now, and Steve gave me the rest of the magic yada juice. So
Oh, the extract?
I have the last of it.
Oh.
We want to do something fun with it down the road.
That's
Interesting.
awesome.
And we also have 2 kegs of unreleased ever barrage beer to be released at next year.
Oh, that's right.
I'm there.
I forgot. You got that.
I have 15 gallons of that. I'm gonna homebrew carpet when the time is right.
He's going to put some into a cask, and that's what he's going to enter in
Which
next
one
year.
was it, Joe?
Right.
What do you
I
have
don't know what to do
left?
with it, but I have some 9.5% unreleased barrage beer.
Yeah, it was,
Was it famous last words?
Tear the flesh from my bones.
Oof.
Was the Russian Imperial, and we were closed, and we were actually going to bottle that, and it was going to go down the drain. And Joe's like, "Fuck, no, it isn't." He's like, "Oh, fuck, don't put nothing. I'm coming." And a couple other guys, guys that worked for us, they filled up kegs, and the beer was totally fermented, and it was just,
ready to go.
We had Mike and his family out to the house last weekend, and I got to drink my last barrage beer. We had Crowler of the Marzen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
My wife's first beer since she gave birth.
Oh, my gosh.
Which was,
By the way,
That's
in my quest to find all of your canned beer,
It did hold
I'm
up,
up
by
to
the way.
6.
Ooh.
I have 6 cans.
Some guys in Lindenhurst had some
Yes,
still floating
yes.
around.
Yeah, but I already had that.
Fluxinator, I
Yeah,
think.
I already had that. Oh, yeah, I already have that.
Yeah.
Oh,
for someone who doesn't have it.
There's only a few things I have left. I have Fluxinator.
Uh-huh.
I have
Salt and Fudgery. Because that's
No.
wasn't that most recent?
Yeah, but we sold out of that so quick. Jerk Store.
I have one.
Oh, I love that one.
Lager of Sin.
There's still some of that
Don't
floating
have
around.
that.
Well, I kept it.
You have it.
Oh, God, I love that
Famous
beer.
Last Words.
Didn't have that
when we
one.
had the bottles.
No, I don't have that.
Oh.
Yeah, of course not.
I fucking did have that, and my wife fucking drank it while I was here.
That's amazing.
So
That'll be that.
Quick story.
That's grounds for divorce.
Dude, I don't know, like a couple years ago, I stopped by the brewery, chatting with Steve. I was just, bullshitting. And I said, hey, have you ever barrel aged something? Yeah, I actually barrel aged. I think that's yada yada yada, right? Or
no, it was famous last words.
It's famous last words.
Brings me out, a bottle. Like, oh, here, why don't you try it? Kept it in my fridge. We're, Mike and I are here doing the show. I don't even think there's a guest. I get my wife at this point is still listening to me talk.
Oh, yeah,
on the radio
I remember
for some
that night.
reason.
Yeah, you're like,
and she sends me a picture of what she's drinking, and then you just see, like, I'm on the camera just, like, trying not to, like, fucking scream and curse. I'm like, God damn it, I was so looking forward to that. And she drank half of it.
I like that she sent you a picture of it.
I will bring.
She rubbed it in.
I will bring a bottle
Absolutely.
of it next show.
Please do.
I have 6 bottles left. We'll share a bottle next show.
I'm like, this is so cool. I got something from Steve's private stash.
Yeah.
She fucking ruined it.
She did. She got Steve's private stash.
Steve's private stash.
Pass that down to Mr. Doug.
non sequitur.
This is a non sequitur Dubco collab that's been around for a little bit. I think this was the second tour of that particular beer.
Could you dunk that glass?
There you
I
go.
could
You
dunk
clean
your
it out.
glass for you, sir.
All day long.
I can disinfect it with wipes. I
Especially
can
when
do
the
all
ass is
sorts
so
of
nice.
things.
The Willet waffle is going to go so well with this.
No.
So.
No. That was a strong one. That
How
caught
much
me
lager
way
is
off
sitting
guard.
floating around?
Caught me off guard. I'm like, fuck.
Who knows? I mean, I have 2
Syrupy.
cans that I've just been
holding
on. I was at, what the hell is it? Over in Wantor, All Island Bev.
Okay.
And one day it was like on the bottom shelf of like needs to go cans, and I saw a 4-pack sitting there. I was like, holy shit, it's still out there. Every so often,
floating
people
around.
still check it in. The crazy part is the day we closed, our last hurrah day, we opened a can of it, and it still poured hazy.
Super cloudy.
And it still had a nice head, and it tasted great. Yeah, the hops fell off,
Sure.
But
that was over a year ago.
But
right?
it was still drinkable.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't know it was supposed to be a different way,
The
it still
fucking
tastes
can
like a
art
good-
was cool on that one.
Yeah, you were into the metal stuff on that.
I did. I loved it. It was hopped with a ferocious amount of.
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Oh no, with a trash amount.
I love that fucking beer.
Yeah, and
Sorry.
I
was
got
just
to meet
trying
guys like Alex Skolnick and friggin' Gary.
I remember
Holt.
you were so excited about that.
It was awesome, man.
And you had the event in the city, right?
Right.
Yeah, at Duff's.
That's awesome.
That was fucking insane.
Good times. Let's start wrapping this up because you missed anybody that is on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Yep.
How could someone be
Someone's
calling?
on the
We're
hotline.
off the social media now.
Oh.
We stopped streaming. This is the Word with Mike at peakupsradio.com. Who do we got on the phone?
Michael.
Oh, of course.
Yes, sir. What do you
Mike, I
want?
just want to say goodnight to everybody.
Good night,
I had a
buddy.
nice time with the Stone Girls.
Yes.
Kaminsky, can we take one of your beers and could you hold on to it and we do something for a work charity for Pete's Fund or, Dad Fund or something like that?
I'm a little confused. What do you say?
Pete's Fund.
I wanted
or
to-
Dad
Pete's
one of
Fund?
the
Dad Fund?
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yep. me
Pete
too.
being a dad fund. We don't need that. Pete's fine. He's not
Let's do
dying.
a charity, Mike.
I mean,
No,
slowly.
let's do it for
slowly.
a
I'm
real
dying
charity.
a little bit
Right?
every fucking day.
Yeah, well, we got rocks for that. We don't need to have any
Right.
beers.
Just a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. No, it's a good, not a bad
I
idea.
want to say goodbye. I want to tell Doug I loved him. Doug, I love you.
Thank you very much.
And there's your sexy goodbye for the night, Graz.
Graz is going to use that
Bye,
tonight.
guys.
Wait, Graz, did you write a script like I asked you to?
Oh shit, he didn't.
Who's buzzed now?
He's gone.
And he's off.
All right. Yeah, that's what I thought. I said write a script. I'd
Joe,
have
what other
That
than
would've been
fucking
perfect.
opening
I know, I
a new
would've done it.
production space, what does WA Meadworks have going on?
Are you there, Joe? Joe, you still
Joe?
there?
Joe's gone.
Fuck.
Oh, goodbye, Joe.
Everybody leaves you in the end.
Oh, shit.
Joe's like,
Joe,
fuck
we
these
love
guys.
you. We're gonna wrap it up anyway, so I appreciate it. Either Steve or I will bring by some of that Lunar to you, and you can try it out for yourself. Sound good? Not there. I know.
There you
All
go.
right.
I was just talking to the emptiness of the airwaves right
The
now.
void.
The void. And we didn't give away our AC craft beer tickets, and that's okay because we still have another night with Rob Raffa and Uber Geek
Uber
coming
Geek.
up on I think it was March 24th, two Mondays from now. Let's talk about what else we got coming up. We got AC Beer Fest, April 3rd and 4th, and you're going to be hanging with us, Sheila.
Yes,
and so you're going to come on the air with us down there, and we're going to have a good time.
Don't interview them on Friday, for the love of God.
No, we won't do it on Friday. No, Friday's going to be fun. Are you going to go to Emo Night in Brooklyn?
Do
you know what that is?
I don't know.
So
obviously the right answer is no.
Shut up, Pete. You're not going to be there, Pete.
Emo as in...
Like emo...
I love emo.
Right.
I mean, I'm a hardcore
There
kid
it is.
from
Steve's
the 90s, so...
Steve was excited. I think he was more excited for that than Beer Fest.
Yeah.
It probably was.
Yeah, he probably was. He's like, I've been to Beer Fest, but Emo Night. So Emo Night in Brooklyn is once twice a year maybe. They do it. It's in some warehouse in Brooklyn. They do all just pop punk music. Then they have guests from bands come in and guest DJ that night and host and do all sorts of stuff. So it's really intimate. So there's a free concert on Friday night right after Beer Fest I think it's within walking distance of where we are. We're all going to. Yeah, stumbling into Emo Night.
Most likely, yes.
And it's a big sing-along. Everyone's singing, dancing, that kind of thing. You'll love that.
That sounds amazing.
So that's going to happen on Friday. And then Saturday, obviously, we have the 2 sessions, and Pete will be there, and we'll get shitty and have a great time
there's
gambling.
like a obstacle course with blow-up horses that you can ride.
There's axe throwing.
Axe throwing.
Ridiculous.
Axe throwing?
We just had axe throwing,
Wait.
and it's amazing.
Pinball alley. There's going to be 30 pinball machines there. Free.
Wow.
Just play pinball.
They're just putting it all together.
They go all out.
Yeah.
It's a huge
so
place.
Ready.
Think about Nassau Coliseum, old school Nassau Coliseum, and multiply it by 4. There's 4 Nassau Coliseums in that space. It is a huge fucking space.
That's
it's
awesome.
ridiculous. And as much as you'd like to, you're not going to be able to get every brewery. And you're not going to be able to taste everything.
Right.
Even in 3 sessions, you're not going to be able to get through everything.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great time, and we're going to be up there. And then, of course, we got Bronx Brewery coming in April 6th, right after, on a Monday after the 3-day
We're still going
weekend.
to be hungover.
Oh, fuck yeah. So they're coming in, and then we have Garvey's Point coming in April. We have, or May. We have both May dates booked. And then our next booking is until June, by the way. We're booked out till June. So it's great. It's awesome. We have great things to have. Let's end the show with you guys giving the big plugs. Give us the Lady Brewsters plug. Give us your individual plugs for...
plugging.
Yep. For your respective breweries. And then we'll go down the line. So go ahead, Sheila. You start us off.
Okay, so I'm from Long Island, so follow Long Island, stop out, see our beers. March is our month. Obviously, Long Island, we celebrate St. Patrick's Day in a big way. So we are celebrating twice on the 17th and the 14th with pipe bands, live music, good beer. But really, go follow the Lady Brewsters because that's why we're here. Try the Lunar Ascent IPA. It's on tap.
If you can still find it.
If you can find it. But, we do have it on tap in all of the 7 participating breweries. And like Michelle mentioned before, $1 of each pint sold does go to the Family Services League, which we're really proud of. And you can find a lot of great events coming up on all of our social media pages and on the ladybrewsters.com pages too.
Perfect. Cool.
This is Michelle from North Fork Brewing Company, so make sure you're following us. I also want to plug every single brewery that is part of Lady Brewsters. So we have Eastern Front, Greenport Harbor, Jamesport, Long Island, Mustache, North Fork, and Uber Geek. So every single one of those breweries has been involved with women who are brand ambassadors, managers, owners, some way.
Representing the female community in the brewing.
Exactly.
And, the females in the brewing community. That's
so follow every single one of their accounts.
And cheers to all of our ladies that participated.
Yes, and anyone that couldn't make it out tonight. I appreciate you guys coming in. But all those guys that are part of the organization, they deserve an equal say and equal...
Absolutely.
That's not say. It's not what I wanted.
No, but they
equal,
really do deserve
effort.
everything.
Right.
Yes.
All the
follow Family Service League. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And definitely just check out all of our events. We have almost 20 events for the entire month of March.
And they can find it on the Lady Brewsters Instagram, Twitter,
Facebook. We're not on Twitter.
Okay. Well.
Unfortunately. But yeah, Facebook, Instagram, or the website ladybrewsters.com.
Very cool. Doug?
Yes, I guess I'd just kind of like to reiterate what the ladies were just saying about the whole, month I think it was a great idea of them everybody getting it together and doing all this, and Michelle and everybody. I mean, well, I guess she's the ringleader as far as this whole thing goes.
You should have worn the big top hat. And sung The Greatest Showman tunes all night. God.
But it was a great idea. It worked out well, and we're looking forward to going to the different events that they're going to have all month. I mean, it's been a crazy year for us, so we look forward to coming up with some new stuff, and we look forward to seeing some of you people from in West here coming out east to visit us.
Absolutely, yeah, for the summer. It's a great time to head out to
the Forks.
If you're sick of wine, which I imagine a lot of people are, there's great breweries to be had out there.
Well, that's I guess one of the reasons why we got started is not everybody drinks wine.
Right.
So
It's true.
Good stuff.
Steve, anything to say? All right. Very quickly. So Mike Mara, who also does a couple of brewfests here on Long Island, but also part of the unique events. I told him I'd quickly throw out there some information. So there's a beer fest coming up Saturday, May 9th, Barks and Brews Beer Fest at Old Bethpage Village Restoration. Mike runs that. Great guy. Had us at the Farmingdale Beer Fest last year. Where you can bring your dog and have a variety of beer samples. There's dog vendors, games, live music, and all sorts. Go to Barks and Brews.
Are there dog fights?
Beer Fest. Oh, no.
No dog fighting.
No pit fights.
Well, if you give the dogs enough alcohol, there will be.
They should have little dog bowls with, like, Imperial IPA.
Hey, there's a little barley wine.
Just getting hammered all over the place. That'd be awesome.
Go to Mike Vick.
Yeah, really. Go to barksandbrewsbeerfest.com, barksandbrewfest.com, or just go online at Unique Events Social, I think it is, or info at Unique Events Social. So just check them out. Also, you can M_Mara, MARRA. For more information, you can DM him or call him, and his information is there. We want to thank everyone for coming in. Thank you guys for coming on down, and thanks for coming all the way out. Appreciate you guys doing this. And for last minute, 1 week out, not even, I think you guys pulled it all together and came in. That's
Thanks for
highly
inviting us.
appreciated.
Thank you so much for having us.
No problem. And I'm glad to get all this out. And that was our initial goal, as Pete and I were saying for the last 3 years now doing this show. We want to get the word out to everybody, tell the backstories, tell about the beer, tell the audience all that information. And all our information and all this stuff will be on our platforms, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on govsradio.com, on Spotify, on iTunes, on Laughable, and on the
Vixen,
on
That's a lot of platforms.
So, and on the Hopped Up Network, who's going to be hosting us on
Yes.
April
Oh,
2nd,
there you go.
3rd, and 4th at AC Beer Fest. So
Looking forward to seeing those
that's
guys.
how we got the
Beer
invite down there.
Fest.
So it'll be fun. And for all those who missed out on tickets for AC Beer Fest, you can call in again on March 24th. I believe that's 2 Mondays from now. We'll have Rob, Rafa, and Ubergeep in the studio. This is the Wort with Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. Anything to say, Pete?
Don't forget to have your pet spayed or neutered.
That's right. We out.
Well, that's 2 hours of your life you're never getting back.
First off, it was 3 hours.
What the fuck? Honestly, how can you talk about beer for 3 hours?
It's beer. There's so many elements in it.
Where's mine? It's been 3 hours and I don't even get a single beer.
You don't get shit.
This is The Wort on Govs Radio. I hope you're drunk enough.